and I'll take it. Yeah, reminding myself to just let go. Don't wonder how far I can fall. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out. I know it's alright, it's alright. Heavens are the limit now. Let's fly just one more night, one more night. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out.
soul and I recognize every single line, every single roadblock. We are two hearts that beat in time. In the towers looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I met your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I met your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Into my past and I count the numbers of the dreams that I left behind. I don't even care now that I've discovered a new kind of peace of mind. Up above us, looking down on us, there's an angel I know. We don't need to worry or discuss much. It's time for me to hit the road. I'll take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I met your door. Go outside, stay up all night, sleep through the sunrise. Take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I met your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I met your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise.
When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you're lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. You are mine. Come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Came from the darkest regions, wrapped in a cloak of light. Minus the focus heights, I'm trying to get my opens right. Throw my doubts aside, I climb the mountainside. And when I reach the peak, the view I see will not be fly. Feel the pressure, but it's relative to the man I mentioned. No time for hesitation, finally time to step up. And when you're feeling deep in your bones and your soul, you're fed up. You're close to the glass ceiling, keep your head up. See your dreams as a goal, that's how I'm seeing mine. Achieve my full potential, let all of the demons pre my shine.
Das gute Gefühl, wenn du bereit bist. Schon bereit, immer noch bereit. Bereit. Bereit aufzustehen. Den Mut zusammenzunehmen und...
Fest daran zu glauben.
Weil heute ist dein Tag.
Mein erster Schultag.
Bereit, sich zu beweisen.
Ich kann das.
Bereit für den nächsten Schritt. Für neue Projekte. Und die Möglichkeiten der vernetzten Welt.
Darum reden wir mit unseren Kunden nicht einfach über Technik, sondern sagen ihnen, was sie davon haben.
Darum sind wir da oben.
Auch in einem Bergdörfli.
Mitten drinnen und auch da unten. Damit die Schweiz bereit ist. damit sie bereit sind. Bereit fürs Leben.
La sensation d'être prêt. Déjà prêt, toujours prêt. Prêt? Prêt à se lever, à prendre son courage à deux mains et...
Croire dur comme fer.
Aujourd'hui, c'est ton jour.
Mon premier jour d'école.
Prêt à relever le défi.
Ça, j'arrive.
Prêt pour la prochaine étape. Pour de nouveaux projets et pour les possibilités d'un monde connecté.
C'est pour ça qu'avec nos clients, on ne parle pas que de technique. On leur dit aussi ce qu'elle leur apporte.
Parce que nous sommes là-haut,
Jusqu'aux villages les plus reculés,
à tous les niveaux et tout en bas, pour que la Suisse soit prête. Pour que vous soyez prêts. Prêts pour la vie.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Swisscom Heroleague Season 4 CSGO. Finally, we're back in the studio, and finally, we also have Carlos in the studio. Welcome.
Yes, I made it.
Yeah.
Hello. Good to be here.
Yeah.
Feels great, actually.
Really happy to
Unfortunately,
have
of course. Sorry?
Really happy to have you,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, always glad to hear that. Unfortunately, of course, last season we were forced to cast from the comfort of our houses and homes, but finally we're back in action here at the studio, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and we're also keeping our distance, so
Yeah. So
yeah, you won't be able to affect me anyhow.
well, I certainly hope I won't anyway, but better to be safe than sorry.
That is true, obviously. For you guys at home, please remember wear masks, stay safe, stay healthy, and this way we can ensure that you can ensure that you can still watch us cast Swisscom Heroleague from now on every Thursday, and obviously also our Romondi people, which will cover the second part of the matches every week. And today we have a pretty special lineup actually for the matches. First we're going into Fragbox Gaming versus Kings CSGO, and with Kings CSGO we have a, well, not a newcomer, but someone finally back in the Swiss scene, I'd say.
Sure, absolutely. How do you think Fragbox will match up against Kings?
That's gonna be hard for them, I think. Like Kings, obviously, Season 2 finalists, Season 3 top 3. It's gonna be very, very hard.
Yep, I agree. It is going to be a tough one for Fragbox, but I certainly hope they come in prepared and ready to give Kings a fight.
Yeah. Let's quickly have a look at the schedule of tonight's matches. As we said, as we have Fragbox Gaming versus Kings. The second match will be Sparks Esports versus Prefu. And off-stream we have No Namers versus Red Instinct, as well as Mind Sanity versus Flying Hirsch. So yeah, I guess let's just jump in right into the first match of today.
Sure.
As we said, Fragbox Gaming versus Kings. Beautiful logos there. Kings with Regon. That's the person I talked about some seconds ago.
Big name.
Big name, coming in from Secret, Team Secret, finally back in the Swiss scene. I'm actually really hyped to see him play today.
Yeah, so am I. Absolutely. I mean, in general, Kings always good matches. They tend to perform quite consistently on a very high level. So super cool to see him join them as well. Absolutely stoked and super looking forward to what they can do.
Yeah, let's have a look at the lineups. Fragbox Gaming. We do have the following players. In a second, we will see it on screen. There we go. We have DKH, Dog, Namex, Red Virus, and Mosh. It's the main lineup here. So no substitutes today for Fragbox Gaming, which obviously is quite good if you're Fragbox.
Yeah, certainly. Should be helpful. Some familiar names, at least for me. DKH, Mush. Certainly we've seen them around in the Swiss scene. Couple of new names as well. Do you know about Dog or Red Virus and Namex?
Well, actually, Red Virus is a French player, and Namex is a Belgian player, so they do have some support.
Very international.
Yeah, from the international scene. I haven't heard about Dog anything, really, to be honest. I'm not sure.
But someone let him out.
Well, yeah, that is true. Let's see if they will let him out today. Maybe he will go for a hunt against Team Kings, which will today play with the following lineup. It will be Seth, Risk, Alex, Regon, and Marcinho. As we see, no substitutes here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, quite known names.
Arriving in full force. Yes, absolutely. I mean, really nothing to be said about them other than what we already know. They're great players. They got good team play, good tactics. Yeah, what can you say? Except, well, Fragbox, you better look out.
Yeah, I hope they did prepare something. Otherwise, I feel like the raw firepower of Kings is just going to overwhelm them. Obviously, it's not only the firepower; they're also very, very experienced, actually. So
exactly, that's exactly the point. They are coming from a very, very aim-strong base, and they developed on top of that fairly decent gameplay. So that is a very, very dangerous preset. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one of the favorites for this season's title. Probably.
Most likely. Certainly depends on how they are in form at the moment. They certainly showed a great season last time around. So you really wouldn't expect anything else.
So yeah, with Kings and Fragbox starting the game, we actually, I feel like, also do already have the map vetoes.
Mm-hmm.
So the first map will be DE Inferno, and the second one will be DE Nuke. So not our default maps for today, at least.
Not really. Inferno we do see quite a lot, I feel like.
Yeah, not as much as stuff like Mirage, Cash.
Well, you know, Mirage, it has gotten stale though.
That is true. It's the
anything,
new old
anything
Dust
else?
2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point, right? Everyone sort of switched from Dust 2 to Mirage. Everyone knows how to play it. We've seen it being played in basically any way possible, and so it's time for something new. And Inferno is one of those maps that I feel like has still quite a lot of potential, because you can play it in very many significantly different ways. And that kind of always comes and presents us with interesting matchups and tactics overall. And of course, Nuke. I mean,
come on, what else do you want?
Exactly.
That's perfect.
Nuke is great.
Yeah,
we all love Nuke.
It is. It really is. Except, actually, I don't really like to play it, but I like to cast it.
Why wouldn't you like to play it? It's one of, in my opinion,
honestly,
in my very humble opinion, because I'm a very humble person in general.
I know.
Nuke's one of the best maps in the map pool right now.
I agree. But
Let's see.
then there's the problem. I'm shit.
Well,
That's the reason I don't want to play Nuke.
see, you're putting me on the spot now because how can I continue off of that?
Well, you can continue to just burn me.
There's
Something
literally
like
only two ways to go, right? I'm simping
yes,
hard and
it
I'm
is.
telling you, no, you're great. Or I'm
No, no,
basically
no.
being realistic and say, well,
Yeah.
we all know that.
Be
but
realistic. We're all realistic persons, so
I don't
Go
want to
ahead.
start off with such a negative emotion, though.
the whole season.
Start it off. I'm not saying where we're going.
All right.
There's a lot to come.
At a later point, then maybe.
Who knows?
All
We'll
right.
see. We'll see.
All right. Let's go back to the game. As you said, Inferno is still a map that has a lot of open stuff and a lot of things for us as well to learn about. We kind of see some new smokes, some new flashes, molotovs every few months, and with that, it's just a map that's way more interesting than all like the other maps, especially like Mirage and Dust 2, which are kind of just they're done.
It also has a very different pace to it.
That is
You
true.
do play with rotations quite a lot, significantly more than you do on other maps, because the rotations tend to be very long on like the normal, I would say, default style maps. And Nuke's just not about that game. It's something very different. You got multiple levels, you got quick rotation that are possible, and you can abuse them. And that's the beautiful thing about it.
There's really only one map, except for Nuke, that has multiple levels, which is kind of interesting, which is Vertigo, obviously. And that's why I like Vertigo so much, because they introduced another map with multiple layers, so to speak. And it just changed the game completely. As we've seen on Vertigo, people were struggling with footsteps, for example. Because it's so hard to actually hear if he's on the same level as you, or if he's a level above or under you, actually.
Might also have something to do with the sound in CSGO in general.
No.
A lot of people would
we
argue.
we said we won't
Okay,
stop with
sorry,
the
positivity. There we go.
Yes,
Yes, absolutely. CSGO is perfect. It's the best game ever.
Oh,
And there are no faults at all.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
That's a challenge.
I only can agree.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. So yeah, I think we do have the match ready. Not sure if the players are already
do.
ready as well. We do see on the screen that there's...
Well, at least we got 10
Everyone's here.
players on the server. So
Yeah, that is true.
that bodes well.
And actually, Inferno, I don't know about the picks. Which player has which picks? Or which team has which picks? I guess Inferno goes to Kings. I can't imagine Kings picking a Nuke. Honestly.
I could, if
Seriously?
they decided to put a big focus on Nuke as a map this season, which is a possibility. But, well, there you go, production. Thank you very much. They lifted the veil. So apparently Inferno was indeed picked by Kings.
Yeah.
So there you
See,
go.
I knew.
And in all honesty, I think it does make sense to play against Kings on the side of Fragbox, a map that is particularly suited to your playstyle and might not actually be for Kings.
Yeah.
And it isn't a very, very aim-heavy map, for example. So there is a possibility for an upset there.
Yeah, looking forward to it. If we get an upset, we will see Kings certainly the favorite in today's matchup. And actually, looking at Nuke and looking at Fragbox, DKH, he is known to be kind of a strategic guy.
Is he?
He is. Actually, there have been... I remember actually playing against him, and his team have always been kind of prepared on each of the maps.
Okay.
They had default setups, they had
That's good.
executes. It's a team that you can more or less expect that they're ready.
So what you're saying is they certainly bring the basics you need to beat Kings. Because without that, there's little to no chance, really.
It is hard though, because just the experience and raw firepower of Kings, I feel like you need a lot of strategies to actually beat that in Switzerland, obviously.
Sure, I do agree.
But I'm also looking forward to actually see the players from Belgium and France.
Yes, indeed.
Maybe they're just absolute monsters, and we don't know yet.
There's a certain possibility. Fact is, there's a big question mark around them. We just don't know yet. We'll find out over this season. I certainly hope they will stick with Fragbox and show that they do have the potential actually to alleviate this team to something very competitive.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And before we go into the matches, also remember, please go out there, go on Twitter, Instagram, use the hashtag ESLSwiss and tweet or post the stream link so we have more viewers, more people watching us, more people watching Swiss CS, which obviously is awesome. And you can also tag at Swisscom_gaming or at ESL Swiss. And I'm not sure, last season and the season before we had some messages live on stream, so if you want to tell us something, you can always just message it through social media platforms. I don't think we do have TikTok or something like that yet. Do you have TikTok? I actually I had a big discussion in season 1 with Andy about TikTok.
Okay, sure. You're not gonna have one with me.
No,
sorry,
right.
I am not the type of person to talk about that because I'm absolutely not interested in it.
All right, that's fair.
Sorry,
no,
it's just
totally fair.
Straight facts.
You do have Twitter though. Tell us, what's your Twitter?
Well, let's see. Can I actually remember? Yeah, I do believe it's Kairos_cast.
I'm not sure.
With
It's
an
your
at in front of
Twitter.
it. Yes, I know.
You look at me like,
you see,
is it?
I'm pretty sure it is. No, it is. Actually, I'm just kidding. I do know that. But that's about where my knowledge about Twitter and social media and stuff ends.
All right. Well, you do know how to retweet my tweets, though.
Yes, because it's incredibly convenient.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I know. I do know.
That is good.
And while we're joking around, actually, production
Yes.
just informed us that we do have some technical difficulties starting the match and bringing it on screen. So more time for us to talk about nonsense. Basically.
Yes, I love them. That's good. I live for nonsense. Brilliant. Yes, I do.
You always seem like kind of a straightforward guy. Like,
you know, straightforward and silly, if possible, when the chance presents itself. I like to keep it not too serious all the time. So
that's good.
But you should actually know that about me.
Yeah, I do.
I do believe our casts might have had the odds weird situation here and there. So
yeah,
there you go. That's what you get from us.
I remember some jokes where.
Well, you know, that's how we do here.
All right.
Yeah.
Actually, let's quickly talk about this season, and I'd love to know from you, who do you think will actually make not the winner, but let's say the finals?
Ooh. Well, it's really, really hard, kind of not to put Rins on the spot there somewhere.
They do appear though without Maniac, without Dexon, I believe. They have kind of merged with Casa de Papel.
Yeah, which was a very good team last season
I do
as
agree.
well.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can't shake the feeling that we will see some French-speaking CS players in the final, which is always a good thing, really.
Yeah, I do agree.
Second place, well, Kings, you know, I'm more confident of making that call after tonight because I really, really haven't seen them play for quite some time.
All right.
What about you?
Well, the two big fishes obviously are, as you said it, Kings and Red Instinct. However,
there we go.
I'd actually love to see some kind of newcomer in the finals. And I've always been kind of a fan of the new Mind Sanity lineup now, of the players. I like the fact they put a little bit of effort into the game and into the basic strategies and stuff like that. So
let's go for a quick refresh for our audience, because I obviously know because we just talked about it a couple of minutes ago. But who is playing for Mind Sanity these days?
Well, we have Linux, Simu, Strix, Magix, and the fifth player, I don't know. But it's basically the old Barbos lineup, the old Barbos gaming lineup, which was the old Silent Gaming lineup, which kind of sits together in the core part for
quite some time.
One and a half year.
I would say more than 1 year for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Strix and Simu have been together for like 4 years.
Half an eternity?
Yeah, I do agree. And Linux has been part of the team for a pretty long time as well. So I'm wondering, maybe they finally do kind of like, you know, kick it off.
Okay. Give me a second.
The production just said Kairos should turn around his microphone. It's on the wrong side. There we go. You're back.
We made it to the good side.
Oh, to the good side.
Yeah.
So was it on the bad?
Well, obviously it was.
You
because
decided to have it on the bad side then.
I didn't decide anything. I simply picked it up and put it on.
All right.
Because that's what I do. I'm a caster.
All right. So all right.
But it was obviously constructing the view on my brilliant person.
Well, now the question is, which part of your face is your? You know, you have like a good part and the kind of bad part. And which side is your good part?
I gotta feel I got two bad parts. So there we go. My good part is my mouth because it talks and it does some casting from time to time. So there we go.
Don't like.
Yes, I know what you mean. I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
All right.
It makes me depressed, and I don't want to be depressed right now.
Like it's actually my part is even worse. I know I do have a good side and a bad side, but I always forget it. And then I'm like, I'm watching something, and I was like, you messed up again.
You put your head on the wrong side then, in that situation, or what?
I'm not sure. Do I look good from? Well, you can tell me actually. Do I look good from your side?
Brilliant.
So this one is.
You're a brilliant, shining.
Well, yeah.
Human being sitting right next to me, mostly because of all the light.
I do agree.
Yeah. There we go.
Honestly, though, you kind of feels pretty sunny in here.
It does. I honestly, I get some holiday vibes in here.
You get some tan. You're gonna go to work tomorrow, and people are like,
"It feels like it."
Something.
Yeah. You wish. I wish. Probably not gonna happen. But yeah, nonetheless, it is very, very comfy though.
Yeah, that is
I have
true.
to say,
I love the studio. I just love it.
Fun fact, it's my first time casting in here.
Yeah.
And I already totally feel at home, which is a very, very good sign.
Yeah.
Isn't always the case.
Yeah, I agree. Especially like with all the lights, all the setup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It looks very good, but it also feels kind of being at home. So
absolutely.
It's awesome.
You know who should feel at home as well today? The two teams playing in our second matchup.
Ooh, we can actually talk about that one. Yeah, you're right.
I've been wanting to for some time now.
All right.
Because, you see, in our second game today, to the one we will switch over later on after we finish our first one, we do have two teams who made it into this league through qualifiers.
Mm-hmm.
And so we will see basically completely new faces on the servers, some new teams, some new mojo, and I'm always super excited to see what the new up-and-comers can bring to the table.
Yeah, I do agree. Obviously, this will be Sparks Esports versus Prefu CSGO. And yeah, I think you said it, both teams qualified through the qualifiers, which we didn't cast. And I'm honest with you, I haven't seen them. I haven't seen the results, how they made it.
Yeah.
But I remember reading a tweet that went something like, oh my god, we actually qualified, which is a pretty cool sign.
That's
and
awesome.
I just hope both teams can somehow like just stabilize themselves in the top division, not get out of it after one season, and just like continue playing, continue gaining experience, and at some point maybe even attack for the title.
Especially that last part, right? To kind of have a new entity that pushes the old guard into new heights, because they do feel threatened at some point. That's kind of what we're all about, right? We want to see that. We want some progression. We want kind of some changing of the guards, maybe even at some point, if the old one kind of gets stale.
Yeah.
And maybe, just maybe, we will see the beginning of that later on tonight.
I'd love it, actually. And obviously, since we do have the two qualified teams playing each other, there will be one going out of it with a pretty comfortable lead and some points already, which is obviously very important. Just as a quick reminder as well, actually, we have changed the format a little bit.
We've changed it back, basically, right?
Not exactly like the format. The format it was before, it was like, well, top 4 qualify for the semifinals.
Oh, that's right.
And then they play the semifinals and go on from there.
Exactly.
Right now, we do have the top 2 teams actually qualify for a semifinal. Meanwhile, team 3 to 6, they do qualify for the quarterfinal. Then they play each other, and thus we do get 4 teams in the semifinal, and then we go from there on, which is great. I love it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It is probably the most competitive format because it keeps it entertaining and significant all throughout the season, right? Because you do want to get that advantage of securing a semi-final spot early on. Not only gives you basically the security to play in a semi, but you also can see who you are going up against by watching the quarterfinals and studying the team a little bit more extensively, I'd say.
Yeah, I do agree. Also, you can, it just feels way more comfortable getting into the semifinals directly instead of having to play the quarterfinal. Also, because like teams 3 to 6 mostly they're pretty close together, so the quarterfinals won't be easy at all.
No, certainly not. I'd say, on the contrary, it might very well be that the quarterfinals are kind of the big explosions of incredibly tight and nail-biting set of games. Could very well be.
I do agree.
But things to come, I'd say. We'll first find out who makes it there and in what fashion. And we'll see about the rest when the time comes, of course. And apparently, we do get closer and closer to our first matchup.
Ooh, looking forward to it once again. We've been talking a lot already. Kings versus Fragbox, actually the other way around. Fragbox versus King on DE Inferno. And looks like the map has loaded. We are ready. Here we go. Beautiful flyover from our new observer. Big props to him. Looking forward to work with you guys as well. And as we can see, beautiful Inferno, the new Inferno, polished, new textures, looking good.
Is it still considered new?
I'd
Because
consider it
honestly,
new.
there must be quite a few CS:GO players who have never seen another Inferno.
That is true. They don't even remember how the old Inferno looks like.
They don't know banana how it used to be.
Oh,
back in my days.
Oh my!
It was good fun and very, very frustrating at times. But into the game we are indeed about to go. And Inferno, old, new, whatever is better, is here nor there.
And here we go, Kings versus Fragbox. We are live in the, looks like, knife round. And as always in the knife round, we kind of make out who has the best looking knife as both teams go at it. And it looks like Fragbox Gaming takes the upper hand. And I'm just going to bet $50 now they're going to start CT side.
Most likely, yes, by the way. Your knife question, I did see that Seth has a karambit, so he wins by default. So congratulations.
What if anyone else has a karambit as well?
I don't know. He didn't get a kill, so I didn't see it.
All right.
Tough luck, brother.
All right. There we go. Let's see how the players have prepared. I'm always wondering, do we see any smokes, any nades, any shenanigans? For example, I love the old My Insanity lineup strategy where Shorty bought armor and someone else bought a dual Beretta for him. Sadly, won't see that this season, looks like. We have two flashes actually on the side of Fragbox Gaming and King CSGO in the old fashion. Armor, firepower, let's go.
Oh my god, a push into apps actually indeed does net them a couple of very quick and very early frags for Fragbox Gaming here. Certainly a good start if you're up against Kings to right away push them on the back foot. Reach and Regon now. With it all to do. Tough situation, some would say almost impossible.
Oh, Mush gets the first kill onto Regon. Now it's just Risk left. He is known, and with the crossfire, we see a clean round by Fragbox Gaming. So yeah, that's a good start, I'd say.
Cool start. Also, well, the aggression paid off. That's always good to see. It kind of gives you that confidence to continue on with plays like that and kind of take the game and just what was I about to say?
Confidence.
The confidence and the initiative to kind of lead the game and dictate the pace. So certainly what Fragbox was hoping for. Not necessarily what Kings was expecting, probably.
Probably not, but we know them. They're very, very frightening. Even with Deagles, we see Alex trying to gain some room. He actually doesn't get the kill onto Mush. Nice Molotov there, which nets them the first kill. We now see Kings just pushing through that smoke on B Banana, trying to find really any entries, and we see 3 players actually tagged just a little bit, Mush a little bit more, and Kings just waiting for a kill, I guess.
Yeah, obviously they are slowed down. Smoke's incredibly potent on Inferno. I've kind of touched on it before. There are certainly many ways to approach Inferno and to play it, but something that kind of goes through it like a red thread really is that the use of utilities in general is absolutely paramount and essential. As Fragbox Gaming, they are working to secure that round. Regan and Reetsk though, to quick deagle frags to keep it slightly competitive, but Risk, even with a picked up MP9, well, Namex and Mush certainly are low enough to be taken down, but that's not going to happen. It is going to be 2-0 for Fragbox Gaming.
And actually, we do know, we have heard you. We do not have any in-game sound, which means we will go into a first short break, actually, just to fix the game sound for you guys and see if we can somehow just manage to bring it to you. We will do the next round as well, we just heard, which is an eco round, obviously, by Kings now. 2 nades. They can do a lot of damage, we do know that, and it looks like the B train is commencing as Risk is already on top of B Banana, but also he has been spotted.
Well, the rest of the train needs to catch up. Obviously, he made it through in front of the Molotov. The rest of his team didn't. Slight delay there in the departure, but they do arrive for sure. Good entry frag here towards the B-bomb site. Very well played by Dog to fall back by time for his teammates, but that will indeed secure the bomb being planted for Kings. And that in itself is already a slight victory.
Yeah, definitely. Those $300 for everyone is definitely worth it. Regon even getting another kill.
Okay, we didn't see that much.
And yeah, with the nade from Mush as well, it looks like actually Kings is gaining the upper hand. But Mush makes sure after that Molotov to net the 3k and a lot of money with that MP. And obviously, another point for Fragbox Gaming. So 3-0 already for Fragbox Gaming. I guess we did expect something like a 3-0, but not this way around.
Yes, then again, it's obviously the pistol round kind of being a big deal in CSGO, and indeed, I wouldn't dispute that Fragbox Gaming, they earned that good start because their pistol strat absolutely paid off. And something, by the way, that I love to see. I hate teams playing kind of default setups in a pistol round. It's just not really worth it,
do I agree?
I'd say.
Yeah. I like some gimmicky strats. As I said, the dual Berettas back then with Shorty, I'll just love this kind of stuff. And just because the pistol round is so important, we actually see a lot of teams more or less always picking up some very interesting strategies which they would usually never play in a gun round, actually.
Yes, and well, really with good reason, right?
Yeah.
Because you do go for risky stuff, you do go for aggressive stuff, you go maybe even just a simple thing as gamble stacking aside or going for a weird timing can make all the difference, really.
I do agree. And with the rifles, obviously, you know, be a little bit more careful. You want to get room, especially on Inferno. Inferno is all about gaining room, winning both sides of the map, and then basically just execute on one side in the end, after you've basically forced out all the utilities of the CT side. Meanwhile, the CT side obviously tries to somehow gain some room as well and not use their utility right at the beginning.
Exactly. That's the name of the game.
So now, do you think Kings already needs to change something, or
no, of course
go
not.
for the
You
ground
know,
round,
winning or losing a pistol round is kind of all part of the game, right? It's nothing to be incredibly nervous about. It's nothing to be fearful of. It happens. it happens, and there are plenty of more rounds to kind of play your game and be successful in the ways you want to approach the round. So, no, and I certainly don't think that Kings needs to be respecting Fragbox in such a kind of amount that they would already be flustered in any way.
Probably not, but if they start losing 1, 2, or even 3 more rounds, well, it's still Inferno and it's still the T side, but
exactly.
You're right, probably. And actually looking at the money, I feel like Risk does have enough money. Yeah, he has actually enough money to buy an AWP, so maybe we will see him AWPing. I remember the last time I saw Risk AWPing was in the semifinals of Season 3, which was the game where he was just insane and netting like 35 frags.
Brain don't let me down. Oh, okay, now I remember. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, monster performance, absolutely, all the way through. No doubt about it. But I do believe it wasn't Inferno. Or was it?
No, it was Overpass, right?
I do believe so. And you know what Overpass is? It's a map where you can have an absolutely insane impact with an AWP.
Do you think that's not the case in Inferno?
No.
Why
not to that extent.
On the
As a matter... Sorry?
On the CT side?
On the CT side, you can use it very, very effectively to shut down a side. You can't really go for too many aggressive peaks, though, except, of course, if you feel really, really ballsy. Which is totally fine. If you can pull it off, then more power to you. Go for it. I just don't think that every AWP can do it. And while it is absolutely essential to shut down the sides on Inferno, and you can be incredibly effective as a one-man army really in a site, if you got the utility for it, that alleviates pressure from the rest of your team, obviously, to go for plays and stacks and whatnot, which is perfectly fine. I don't really see it on the T side, though. I was never really a fan of AWPing on the T side Inferno. Many people know that. But therefore, you know, he might want to wait a bit. And
he does. He did buy an AK as we're back in the game. And we see, on the other hand, though, Namex, I'm not sure how to spell his name. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Namex.
Already getting the first kill, but being traded by Rigon. Beautiful nades there. So DKH picks up the AWP and continues in his fashion. As we see, King's really just trying to gain some room, waiting for someone to push in, waiting to get a kill, get an advantage.
A very uncomfortable situation as a counter-terrorist is sitting 2-2 split on Inferno, because obviously it is the terrorists choosing where they want to hit and with however many players they want to hit the side. So you do, in general, face quite annoying odds, really. And we did see Fragbox try to cheat the man over to its A because they did feel and hear the push coming, but it was just a little bit too late to actually be of any importance, and Risk will take down Dog as the last man standing, walking down Banana. And that's a very commanding first round win for Kingston.
Yeah, I do agree. We also see on the side of the CTs not that much money. Dog wasn't able to save his M4, so this means their first eco round we see 4 nades actually, probably a nade stack towards middle, as well as 2 smokes and a lot of deagles.
Many deagles, many dangerous deagles. Risk. You heard them being close, whips his first shot though.
Ooh, gets flashed now as well. Namix did get tagged. Finally Risk finds the kill, but Dog is here. He gets the first one. He actually finds Rigon as well. So 2 kills for him, and it looks like he might even be able to stress them a little bit more even as Risk finally gets the kill. But Red Virus is here. Kills traded back and forth, and no real side gained so far. Ooh, but I love this, Alex.
Oh, God. In the end, will spray down both of them. But that was actually a very risky call there, to stay so long in middle with the bomb.
Yeah, I do agree. But it paid off in the end, just because the CTs thought he will be on B as well. So, yeah, beautifully done. And Fragbox, actually, did they mess up their money? Because they need to go for an eco again.
They do invest quite a bit, though. once again, we do see Deagles. Obviously, it almost paid off the last time around. This time they do have quite a bit of utility as well, though, so that might actually be an interesting position for a little play or two. Virus. Nicely done. First frag found. Full frag box yet again.
As we see Maricinho in Banana trying to take some control. A lot of smokes flying towards Banana. That stage is still more or less down. As we see two players moving towards side. Cheeky little boost here. Just to bring them in a good position. Obviously they just have Deagles. And Kings, I like the fact Kings, they're just taking their time. Playing it slow. Waiting for any pushes. Waiting for any issues. And looks like Kings, they now want a little bit more of that B side.
Yeah, slowly but surely they do make their way into the site, and easy as that. Maricinho with the first frag will catch a bullet from Dog though. Will be traded by Regon in turn quite quickly, and Red Virus up for a retake here. Taking Regon out of the game. Risk and Set now need to defend against 3. Mush, good smoke ready. That's going to block off Banana, I think, but that's a weird smoke.
It's more or less blocking off them.
It's kind of a lurk smoke.
Yeah, they can push through the smoke. Really beautiful.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, what a kill.
Instantly they find Mush in back of the side. And Mush once again finding Set as well. Nice 2 clicks there with the Deagle, making it work for Fragbox Gaming. What a retake and what a round.
That was beautiful by Mush. Just 2 very quick Deagle shots, getting the kills. Also the smoke where we were like, is that really good?
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? Caught me off guard a little bit.
I do agree.
I have to say, because I was expecting a smoke that covers Banana.
Yeah.
For them to isolate the player that's holding from Banana so they can focus on side. But no, they put it down at the entrance of the site, really, and kind of generating a little tunnel area that they can slip into the side and basically surprise the player in backside without his teammate really knowing anything about it.
Yeah, I do agree.
Lovely
and
done.
With that, the 4th round for Fragbox Gaming in a second eco round actually, leading now 4-2. I feel Kings still has enough money for another buy, but that's really their last shot for now. If they were to lose this one, they would need to go back into another eco, and obviously you don't really want that.
No, certainly not. It would feel a bit disheartening, for sure. But still, you have to hand it to Fragbox. I mean, their performance in those couple of early rounds is astonishing. Is, in all honesty, more than I expected them to come with. It's very sound. It's not scared whatsoever. So absolutely no respect to Kings, which is obviously a good thing, because you should never really kind of limit yourself by who you're playing against.
Obviously, yeah.
But then again, Kings still, I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I'll say it many times over again, still a lot of time to turn it around. T-side Inferno, certainly not an issue to make even a late comeback in the first half, right? Because you don't need that many rounds on Inferno. 4, 5, still pretty doable.
Yeah,
and they already got 2.
Yeah, I agree.
So that shouldn't be too much of a concern there.
Yeah, I agree. Just a couple of rounds where you're more or less safe against the loss in the pistol rounds, and then you really can just start to get your rounds one after each other, just to at some point overwhelm your opponent and make them feel, give them a little bit more respect, and with that just more or less winning the map. We will see. We're back in the game.
And we already got the bomb planted.
From Kings.
Exactly, and
it's a save.
Oh, that's okay. Yes, now I arrived on the server as well. I was wondering, that looked like a very weird setup, but yes, indeed. Round already over, and it will be the 3rd one for Kings, so they do keep up with Fragbox. Keeping it very tight.
And there we go. Do you hear? Do you hear the whispers of the birds?
I do. I hear some water close by.
Yeah.
Very serene, very peaceful.
It's kind of beautiful.
It is. It's also very quiet. It's a little bit too quiet. I like some guns being fired, of course, here and there. From time to time, a loud boom from a boomstick. You know.
You realize
coming from the
boom
CT side.
Boomstick.
Coming from a CT side.
That's
obviously.
like a thunder stick. If we're talking about the op, that's a thunder stick.
A thunder stick. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Cool. Yeah.
Or a thunderwerfer. It werfs thunder.
Okay. Now you're reaching. Though. But I see where you're coming from.
Where we're going to the dad jokes.
Yeah. Well, we're not there yet. Wait, are we?
I have no idea how old you are.
Well, no. We're not going to be
21.
Yeah, we're not going to be talking about that. Yeah, exactly. I'm 22. Yeah.
All right.
Spot on, mate. Spot on.
As we see the first round with sound, Fragbox Gaming ahead 4-3 actually against Kings. Both teams kind of even right now. They've evened it a little bit out. We see actually just one player towards... No, they're stacked. There's still two players towards the B side, and Risk trying to test them. Kind of scared he's running into that op, but if he would be... Alex gets taken out by Virus. Mush takes Regon out, so that's the A side shut down for now. Did so much manage to get into pit actually. 2 people are in pit. And Mush with yet another kill. 3 versus 2. They do get the bomb plant though. And Mush now, I think he heard that knife, so maybe kind of an indicator where some players are hanging around. Both players from the T's on the A bomb side. Smokes coming in, good retake smokes actually, nice flash as well. Mush gets the first kill, gets a second one, and that's just like that. That's it.
Dear brother, Fragbox is looking crisp on the retakes.
I do agree. That was like
Bloody
execute on the retake.
I have to say, I am not really a fan of how Kings approach that after plant position in general. I don't really like T's kind of sitting it out on the side, relying on their aim.
Well, it just basically you trap yourself.
Exactly. That's my point exactly. I especially of course in a 2v3, obviously 20/20 hindsight and all that, but still go for the picks. Try to kind of disrupt their retake.
So next round, there we go. Risk actually just with a Gabi. But with that, they managed to still buy up a little bit.
I'd say certainly enough for a quick execute. Not really enough for incredibly elaborate fakes. Well, you don't always need those. And Namex, indeed. Only person holding towards that B-bomb side. Sure, with an AWP, but that's not going to help him if he whips his shot. I like the patience of Kings though. Certainly listening to those footsteps. Made obviously by DKH. While moving back into the support his teammate. Almost connected through the smoke there.
Oh, and now they're moving back, and I feel like the players on the B side did hear that. Although, we see one player actually rotating, and that's perfect for Kings as they move on towards the A side. Mush has a smoke in front of his face. Does he realize they're gonna push through it? No, he doesn't, and just like that, that's the A bomb side open for Kings. Beautiful take, and Fragbox Gaming might actually just go for a save.
Interesting move, actually, to cheat one more player over to the B-bomb side. I would love to know what initially made Fragbox Gaming think it is going to end in a B attack. Unlucky stack, unlucky timing, of course. Well, one's luck is another one's misfortune. And therefore, Kings will indeed move up yet again. Keeping it still tight. And Fragbox certainly interested in keeping those weapons alive, especially that AWP. Once again, Namex confirms he's still very much able. Namex, first swift chop here from that last round, and that very efficient and quick take off that A side. Said and Mary Sinew. Lovely way they opened up that A bomb side. Not giving Fragbox any chance really to defend themselves.
Yeah, I do agree. I wonder if they did not hear the players rotating back from Banana. Usually if you do something like that and you just run away, you do actually hear it from the B bomb side, as we see Red Virus. Very aggressive towards middle, and it's working out for him. He gets 3 kills. Actually doesn't quite get the third, but he did get the first 2. And obviously a big, big, big advantage for his team.
Big advantage for sure. And yet, not the end of the world for Kings. Risk certainly a little bit less HP than he would like to have. But I do feel like a 2v3 on Inferno is still very much winnable. Risk finally spots the player in hiding in the back of side, but loses his aim duel against him, and that puts Set on the spot now. Certainly he will get the bomb planted, but being up against 2 players still, and Namex with the possibility to kind of hold down a line of sight and let Mush work around him.
Yeah, and if they're smart enough, they just play it for frag, refrag, as they do.
There we go. That is absolutely picture perfect. From the textbook, that's how you retake against a lone player. Keep the body system rolling and you should be good in most cases.
Well, obviously Set can still go very, very ham, but you obviously just want to make up your chances, get some bigger chances, and this way also a bigger chance to actually win the round and the retake.
Yeah, playing the percentages. Yeah. That's what Counter-Strike, of course, is all about. And that's what makes it so incredibly brilliant. Alex absolutely blind finds Namex. That is incredibly unfortunate. But Red Virus with the premium position. Only good for 2 though. Regon, not expecting anyone to be there. How would you even go for that move? That was so risky.
But it paid off, as we said, the percentages sometimes. Something which is a little bit risky might just be something that you, or a way you can overwhelm your opponent, as Mush wins the battle against Zed. Now it's just Risk left, and that corner, that's a very hard one.
My bad. Yes. Mush certainly has his work cut out for him. Not gonna be able to do it though. Will be taken down through the smoke. Nice try, but close is not.
Red Virus even headshotted another one. But
yeah, it was actually incredibly close.
That was so unlucky.
Obviously, should have been kind of the play of the round there, with a sick hold from him, but unfortunately didn't entirely go his way. Mush peeking down middle, gets off a good tag there onto Alex, I do believe it was, with the scout. And Regon catches one as well, so 2T's already quite low, which obviously will make them brilliant targets for TKH with his MP9. Only a couple of bullets required to take them out of the round. Unfortunately though, he is indeed sitting in apps and nowhere a terrorist inside.
Yeah, and Kings again just kind of slow, taking their time, taking control. Mericinho even took over the Uzi from Alex last round, knowing it will be another eco for Fragbox. And obviously that one can bring you a lot of money if you get the kills. And now Kings actually making their way towards the A-bomb side, which might be a good call. If they do catch those 2 players in apartments. Will they check it?
I wonder whether they actually send someone through apartments. I wouldn't necessarily expect them to. which obviously in turn gives Namex and Red Virus a very nice little chance for a quick stab out of the balcony. One terrorist already, it is indeed Risk, has already cleared not only the whole of site, well, almost the whole of site. By the way, Regon, good awareness, catches off Red Virus walking out. But yeah, he was already pushed up into CT spawn, and obviously the remaining CTs now really no chance of a solid retake, but might still actually get away with a rifle or two.
Yeah, and that's really all they're looking for in this round. Doing a little bit of economic damage, and it's looking pretty good actually. They took away 2 weapons already. Alex is low.
I'm still waiting for DKH to get anyone in front of his muzzle. Unfortunately though, not gonna happen. The bomb is gonna explode and no one really in the vicinity anymore. But we do see 3 CTs indeed surviving into round number 13 here. Of course, still very light on armament.
But we also see Kings just more or less being the favorites right now. Obviously being even on the T side is mostly in your favor, as Mosh gets a beautiful headshot against Alex in middle. Regon trying to revenge him, but doesn't hit his shot. And Mosh is quick on his feet to get away. Actually 4 people on the A-bomb side. I wonder if Kings realized that.
Well, Kings certainly are testing the waters over towards B. Putting down some utility. Fishing for some nades, basically. Just trying to find out how many people are trying to hold outside. Merisinho, I'm sorry, once again with a very nice entry frag. He seems to be doing that quite consistently, and I really like to see that.
Bomb has been planted for Kings, but Fragbox Gaming again, quick on the retake. Mush gets taken out, and somehow Kings actually managed to make it work. And with that, we do have the lead. And here's our first tweet from Stürzi1. Stürzi1, excuse me, hyped about the Swisscom Heroleague matches today. Let's go Prefus CSGO and Flying Hirsch at Dark CS, Slaptics and Nits CSGO. Hashtag win, hashtag ESL Swiss. Love it. Give us more of that.
Cool. And certainly some hype the teams can absolutely need tonight. Getting into position and into the mindset of winning.
And fans obviously are pretty cool. Supporters, that's something we do all need in whatever we do actually. As Kings doesn't really need any support right now, as they're just crushing through the A side, except for a little Red Virus who's still working in pit. Getting 2, but that's not enough.
Yeah, Kings just too fast on the trade here with these very aggressive, very full-on pushes onto the sides. We've seen it a couple times now on A. And once again, it was Merisinho to find the first defender and taking him out of the game.
Oh, they do find Reese lurking in middle. Now it's a 2 versus 2. Dog is very low on HP, but it might be enough. One player is waiting on site, the other one is towards pit. Namex gets the first one. Now it's just Regon left, and he's doing a sneak peek, but Dog taking out his knife and actually killing him with the very first knife kill in this season.
Cool. Love it. And I even love it more because it was on an AWP, which is always good.
Did you not like AWPs? I wonder how dogs can use knives.
Good question. You're going deep today.
But on the other hand, he's wearing an AK now, so
that's true. It's a weird world we're living in. No, I'm simply not really a fan of an AWP sitting on site in a retake situation and trying to defend a bomb.
I agree.
But who knows? That might just be me.
But
Good
he's
first frag
proving
from
you
Rico.
wrong right now as he gets 2 entries on towards the B-bomb side. Managed to pick up the weapon, and he is... Does he stay aggressive? No, he's actually moving back to side.
I was just about to say, let's say do his thing on a good flank there, still in top of middles, showing some presence. Even forces Red Virus to turn around and check his back before teaming up with Namex, but quite frankly, not really much of a chance that I'm seeing here. First player has fallen, second one closely to follow, and that is going to be another round.
Oh, what a round by Regon there. Getting 4k with a deagle. Actually, was it a 4k or even a 4k? 4k with a deagle. Ooh.
That feels good.
Yeah.
Feels really good. Especially, of course, to end a half. Sorry?
After getting
knifed, yes. Well, you know, that's life. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you get to knife someone. But yeah, there we go.
Good half by Kings. Let's see if they can actually continue like that on the CT side, because I feel like the CT side is a little bit easier and gaining advantage already. Should be good.
Should be certainly good. Still, going off the scoreline, very close game, of course. Fragbox Gaming absolutely holding their own here against Kings, but you know, sitting on the terrorist side here, on the arguably harder side, still a tough nut to crack. And of course, Kings definitely came alive towards the later part, I'd say, of the first half. Albeit, in all honesty, they kind of kept it close throughout the first half, really.
Yeah. There weren't really big round advantages, only like 3 rounds, which is kind of okayish.
Yeah, really nothing to write home about. Still, Namex, good first find. Merisinho, that's a dangerous player to be taken out instead. Not faring much better. And it'll be Risk and Regon. Fragbox Gaming giving Kings a taste of their own medicine with a fast and aggressive push. Namex, what a tap! Regon, good night.
Ooh. That was fire from Namex. Wow, 15 frags now for him. Beautiful round, getting a lot of headshots and pulling up his ADR to 97. So we can see on the beautiful overlay.
Make it. Doing work for his team. And just like that, we're all squared up. Even once again, 8-8. And Fragbox Gaming, they just won the second pistol round against Kings.
Yeah, and they're looking for another fast take on towards the A side. 2 kills, 3 kills, looking for the other 2. They do know those are probably the rotators from the B-bomb side. Let's see if they can make anything happen. There we go. But is it enough?
Quite unlikely. Not wanting to be too depressive, but, you know, Merisinho, we've seen some sick plays from him. But still, finding 4 players. Well, make that 3. Alex connects once again. This time it is Namex.
Yeah, and really just keeping the money low on the CT side is on the T side is fine as well. Alex with another kill on Tomosh. They don't have a kit, so it's unlikely for them
There's a Molotov.
Win the round.
Merisinho.
Actually, they just get the kills. There we go. Merisinho is the only one surviving that with 2 HP, so...
Love to see that. Love to see that Molotov. That is cheeky. That's good.
I have a Doja image in front of my face right now.
Yeah. Well, it was an 8.
Yeah, but Molotov nade, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's the all true and tested. Just chuck whatever you have in the back of pit and watch them die, basically.
Yeah.
So, but I do like what Fragbox did there. No shenanigans, straightforward. Abuse that moving accuracy with the Mech-10s. Make it fast, make it aggressive, and make it effective as well. As they secured round number 9, and obviously they did upgrade once again AK's on the field, and Red Virus still with the Mac 10. So his money still struggling a bit.
Well, losing all the players in the second round obviously has been a big part of the reason why they do have 2 Farmers. They do have a Mac 10 right now. The Farmers are on the CT side.
Yeah, 2 Farmers, 3 M4s, that's absolutely okay-ish. What is slightly worrying is the amount of utility that King still
Just
have
one
on their
Molotov left,
disposal.
yeah.
1 Molotov, 1 flash, 40 seconds. And there we go, Fragbox with the push. Mac 10 leading, making it past the Molotov, of course. They will be mushed with the first frag. Alex holding strong in the back of side though. Takes Dog and Red Virus out of the game. Now faced by 2 pretty much at the same time. Won't win his fight, and the bomb about to get planted.
I do agree, but Zed gets another kill, and with that they do gain a little bit of an advantage. Even though the bomb has been planted, Regon gets another one. Now it's all onto DKH. Zed and Regon are so low, and he does find the first one.
Should be his round.
Oh, Zed. Should have just stick to the bomb. He doesn't have a defuse kit, so he needs to be quick, and DKH wins the round. Ooh.
Yeah, Zed. Didn't have the nerves to stick it.
Well, 10 seconds is quite a lot.
It is an incredibly long time.
Like, imagine you could defuse the bomb halfway through and then stop defusing.
No. Not already. We're not going there. I know exactly what you're on about, and no thank you.
All right. CSGO,
You're
ladies
still
and
trash
gentlemen.
at Valorant, by the way.
CT's now with another eco round, and this would give Fragbox Gaming, for the first time really, or for the second time, a 3-round advantage if they were to win it. But we do know it, the Eagles are dangerous, as we can see. First 2 kills.
Certainly. Alex, Maricinho, their shots ring true, and the Regon about to snag another one, maybe. Can he hit the timing? No, but Risk will.
Oh, but Regon misses his shot. Namex gets 2. Still though, it's only DKH left again.
That is a gut-wrenching round for Fragbox Gaming. That is not how things were planned to go. We'll find one, but there were just too many all around him. Will fall to Alex, and that is a round loss that wasn't necessary.
Yeah, I do agree. Especially losing those 2 players in Banana. I always wonder, against the Eagles, it's so risky to be aggressive in Banana offensive, especially against Nico. Like,
it is true. It is true, you know. But then again, I do understand Fragbox Gaming, and in no way they're coming from. They have kept the pace up. They kind of took to fight 2 Kings, and it did work out so far. And at some point, it just might go wrong for once. So, no harm done. They're still in the lead, but obviously might not be much longer because they are sitting on an eco. And we all know what that means. If you don't buy Deagles, you're going to lose.
I agree, but Namex gets the first kill. Zed, Risk together. Nice 3k by Zed. With that, we're back even 10-10, and we're on to a very close game so far.
Yeah, really cool to see. Fragbox Gaming. Absolutely. Showing up against Kings that it sometimes feels like they just aren't able to find their pace just yet. Do you reckon that has something to do with it being very early in the season?
Maybe, yeah. That's very well possible, just for like, just gain a little bit more experience together until you really know how everyone ticks and works. Maybe we'll see that being better in the coming rounds, but so far it's less Kings playing bad, I feel like. It's more like Fragbox Gaming, they know what they do.
No denying that. For sure, DKH, Mac 10 in hand, and 3 HP to his name. That's not much. That is basically dead.
It's 3 points away from death.
Yeah, it's not much,
Yeah.
as I said.
That's like, well, if you take 100 as 100%, let's say you get 100 years old, he's 97 now.
That is also close to dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how close to dead it is.
I'm not going to make it to 97, I can guarantee you that. So basically what I'm saying is I'm playing live, not at 100 HP. Well, there we go.
Alright. 2 kills from the CTs coming in, but the execute is on TA side. Risk gets 1, but shouldn't really get more than that for now, as both he's now able to plant the bomb. There we go. Second kill. Dog takes the refrag, even gets second, but Mericino's here to finish him off. And is this the first time Kings... No, it's actually the second time Kings are in the lead now. After the switch from the first half.
Yeah, you're probably right. Still very good retake, for sure. Close, yes, but still not really much danger of losing that round there. Good trades yet again coming in from Kings. And quick peek down banana from Risk with that AWP. Repositioning towards sandbags, and Zed finds 2, 3. The whole team is gone. Clean up in ale number 1, which is mid.
I'm most like, I want that weapon, but there are like 3 guys watching me. There we go.
That's a rough one.
Ooh. 12 to 10, Kings now. Maybe it finally clicked. We will see in this round, probably, as Fragbox Gaming are going up with another buy. And your prediction really kind of paid off, where you were like, you don't like the AWP on the T side. We didn't see that much AWPs actually on the T side.
Yeah, almost seems as if I know what I was talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to our 2 teams here. Thank you for proving me right. Love you all. Ooh, Regon.
That is so aggressive.
Incredibly aggressive down banana. Catching Dog completely off guard. Making it a man advantage for his defending CT side. And, well, that basically forces Fragbox to hit the brakes and reconsider their approach here.
Well, there are 4 players now on the A-bomb side with a lot of utility.
As you would expect, and certainly as Fragbox Gaming expects as well. Now they have absolutely no presence over towards B, and they still decide to try and go for it. Push up middle, right into the crossfire, and that's basically how it had to go from the get-go.
That's a beautiful hold by Kings there. Regon with very, very early information on banana.
Yeah, and Fragbox Gaming not really reacting in any way. I honestly am not really understanding that completely.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Because they never really challenged him.
Yeah.
They never pushed him back. They never threw some nades to kind of suggest they might be moving back towards B and retake map control. I don't know. It's a weird one. It was dangerous. They tried it and they failed.
And here comes the B rush. Regon, however, says no, thank you. And with that, it's the 14th round for Kings. Beautiful hold once again. Also beautiful spray transfer by Regon.
Yeah, brilliant performance, brilliant aim. That is going to net you a 4K in that round. Kings moving up to 14, only 2 away now from securing map number 1 here.
And with 14 to 10 and Fragbox Gaming with another buy round, if they were to lose it, that's looking very bad because their money will be bad, the result is bad, and Regon is going absolutely crazy now. He has arrived. Look at that, they're just pushing Fragbox.
Yeah, it almost feels like Kings had a moment and they told themselves, well, you know, we are supposed to win this game, let's do it now. Enough playing around.
And we do have another tweet from Nando. Jesus Christ, Pock. ESL Swiss. Shoutouts to Nando. He's been in the stream as well. If you want to be on the stream, go on Twitter, use that hashtag ESL Swiss, and we will have you live here in our studio.
We will.
And we do have a small break coming in. I guess that's a break taken from Fragbox.
I would hope so. It certainly wouldn't be a bad call at this point. Fragbox indeed did take the break. They probably just realized, well, guys, we're about to lose, so let's at least take advantage of our timeout. And who knows, you might come up with something to topple King's incredible aggression at the moment, and that's exactly what you need to do.
Yeah, especially the way they're currently losing the map is kind of harsh, as we see. King's really aggressive currently. Mosh gets the first kill, however, now. And the pace has kind of slowed down for both teams.
I like that. Fragbox Gaming just holding, trying to catch them off guard. Obviously, it worked once already. Regon is not with us anymore, at least as of right now. And King's shuffling about in the back lines, putting Risk with his AWP over towards B, and most likely it will be Alex to move over towards A. Very standard, very true and tested setup to play in a 4-man situation. You got an AWP, they can go for a pick should they come B. Try to stay alive until his teammates make it over to him. But Fragbox Gaming, they are showing some patience.
Yeah, it's really coming down to the utility game right now as they decide for the A push. There's actually just Mercenio waiting there. Alex is moving around over there. Oh, yeah, they might push the smoke.
They did hit the timing perfectly. Made it basically on the side without any resistance whatsoever. Of course, they need to be careful about Mercenio and Alex moving through top mid with shot yet again. Dog tries to bring it back. Alex and Risk still up though. And Risk with his AWP has arrived. Mush makes him last man standing. Risk now against 3. His chances are certainly dwindling, and at some point you need to decide whether it's actually worth it. Well, then again, money's not really an issue whatsoever on the side of King, so might as well. But posts up towards Archers, not going to find anyone. All the 3 terrorists make their way down middle into safety, and that is going to be another round for Fragbox Gaming. And once again, we are enjoying a very close game here.
Yeah, I do agree. And with that, Fragbox Gaming gaining another round. Just take it step by step. Still 4 match points for Kings. And obviously a lot of money on their side as well. Oh, Regon took over the op. Let's see what he can do with it. Looks like it's going to be a mid peak.
About to challenge mid. Well, I think it's better of it. Not going to give Nomex a fight down middle.
I like the fact that Mercenio is once again very aggressive in Banana. That's a lot of information for the A players. Also with the sound cues.
Do you reckon Fragbox Gaming will try to retake Banana?
I hope so. To me it feels very intuitive. Even though they challenge A little bit. Oh.
Good frag there from Nomex.
Another one.
Even gets the second one. That was the last defender over on A.
Well,
Basically
never mind. You don't need Banana.
No, you just can leave them there. Mercenio and Alex don't know what happened. All they know is their teammates failed miserably at holding A.
Yeah, the retake will be very hard. Still a smoke after that Molotov for the T's. However, the bomb goes down just now, so there's a little bit of time for Kings to gain really anything. As they do know where one player is. They do get the first kill. They know one player is in pit. Alex gets the kill. And where's the last one? Oh, he's in pit as well.
And they just planted for him.
Do they realize it? No, they do not. Namex gets the double kill. And with that, looks like Fragbox Gaming are getting back into the game. Wow, what a hit there.
Dude, Mary Senior is looking so crisp when entering these bomb sites.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fantastic. It doesn't matter whether it's on the T side or the CT side. Retakes are basically entries as well. Cool to see. Good fun.
New entry fragger talent for the Swiss scene.
Certainly. First double up setup on the CT side, Alex and Reese. This time they both have one of the long guns in their hands.
Actually.
And yes, I know.
Mauricinho is Austrian. I forgot, so it's not a talent for the Swiss scene.
Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, well, you know, he's playing the Swisscom Heroleague, so that's all fine.
Alright.
By the way, Namex, T-side with an AWP. So this is going to be the round where Kings finishes the game.
In before he proves you wrong, so wrong, as Regon gets the first kill against Red Virus. DKH gets Regon in return. They now know that it's going to be an A take, probably. And that's right, Mush gets Risk. Once again, advantage for Fragbox. They storm out to the A side. Namex getting the kill he so desperately needed. Now it's just Marcinho left. Maricinho.
Yeah, 1 versus 3, even with Mush and Dog somewhat low. Don't really see that happening, and neither does he. Picks up the AWP, makes his way out of there. Keeps that weapon alive. After all, they have taken quite a hit in the money kind of things. Money side of things. Money business. Money whatever. Money.
Money boy?
There you go. It's
alright.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but there we go. They are very, very low on economy, is basically what I'm getting at.
And given they do take the next round, which should be, like, that's probably the easiest round out of those 4 rounds they had now. They might very well be up to bring it into an overtime. First game, first day, first overtime.
That
2
would
ops.
a dream be come true. And honestly, I don't know whether Fragbox will actually expect to buy here.
That is true.
Sure, they saved an AWP, but they had 2 players very low on money. And that's quite a sneaky buy here coming out from Kings.
I agree. I wonder at what point they might decide to be aggressive again, because it worked so well for them, and then they, after the break, they just kind of stopped doing it.
Yeah, you know, being aggressive is a very momentum-driven thing, and honestly, with that timeout, Fragbox certainly turned to momentum in their favor. Kind of made Kings trip and stumble, and they haven't been able to recover since. Still, only 1 single round is what they need. As Mush ventures up middle into Archers, gets flashed and stops just short of pushing into Seb. But Seb will come around the corner and take his scalp.
And Risk has a nice position on the A-bomb side for everyone.
Brilliant call here from Fragbox.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone rush back towards B. Maricinho needs to connect the first one, doesn't. Still holds the angle and just gets a glimpse of Dog. Enough to take him down and make the retake an absolute possibility. Finding the slither of a gap onto Namex as well. 3 players now rushing into the side. Maricinho ready with the AWP once again. DKH falls as well. Red Virus sneakily pushed through the smoke, but Maricinho, what a play by him.
Get out of his game. That was insane by him, getting such beautiful shots and in the end basically winning the map. And also, He was around 26, 27 frags. You mentioned it. Beautiful entry frags. Really did a lot of work for Kings, and yeah, won on the map in the end.
Decided it for his team. Said, I have enough now. I'm not losing this. I'm not going into overtime. I'll just do it myself then. Yeah, brilliantly done. Well deserved as well. Cool, very, very cool first map as well. I have to give it to Fragbox Gaming. Sure, they lost it in the end. By the way, what we predicted, just saying. Trying to make it very casually back into the realm of reality here. But in all honesty, Fragbox Gaming, certainly brilliant job they did here.
Yeah, I do agree. And let's not forget, this was the map pick for Kings.
Yep.
So we will see Nuke next. But before that, actually, we will head into a short 3-4 minute break. So get some refreshments, go on Twitter, post your tweets with the hashtag ESLSwiss, and we will see you in about 3 to 4 minutes.
Das gute Gefühl, wenn du bereit bist. Schon bereit, immer noch bereit. Bereit. Bereit aufzustehen. Der Mut zusammen zu nehmen und...
Kannst du daran glauben?
Weil heute ist dein Tag.
Mein erster Schultag.
Bereit, sich zu beweisen.
Ich kann das.
Bereit für den nächsten Schritt. Für neue Projekte. Und Möglichkeiten von der vernetzten Welt.
Darum reden wir mit unseren Kunden nicht einfach über Technik, sondern sagen ihnen, was sie davon haben.
Darum sind wir da oben.
Alle in einem Bergdörfli?
Mitten drinnen und auch da unten. Damit die Schweiz bereit ist. Damit Sie bereit sind. Bereit fürs Leben.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
We're until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under beach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
La sensation d'être prêt. Déjà prêt, toujours prêt. Prêt? Prêt à se lever, à prendre son courage à deux mains et...
Croire dur comme fer.
Aujourd'hui, c'est ton jour.
Mon premier jour d'école.
Prêt à relever le défi.
Ça, j'arrive.
Prêt pour la prochaine étape. Pour de nouveaux projets et pour les possibilités d'un monde connecté.
C'est pour ça qu'avec nos clients, on ne parle pas que de technique. On leur dit aussi ce qu'elle leur apporte.
Parce que nous sommes là-haut,
Jusqu'aux villages les plus reculés,
à tous les niveaux et tout en bas, pour que la Suisse soit prête. Pour que vous soyez prêts. Prêts pour la vie.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
We are back and ready for some nukes as we are about to head into the second map of the first match of today at the Swisscom Heroleague. Kings versus Mega Ballers. No, Fragbox.
Almost.
I knew I would mess up once at least.
Well, there we go. With that out of the way, it is indeed Nuke. And quite frankly, after what we've seen on the first map of Inferno, it certainly looks very enticing to find out what Fraxbox has ready for us on Nuke.
Yeah, and for them to get a draw against Kings will be fantastic at the first match.
Absolutely.
And we also have an update for the second or the other games as Red Instinct win their first map with 16-10. Kind of expected.
Not necessarily something, that's out of the ordinary. That's a solid job, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
Well done.
And looks like players are getting ready on the server. What should we expect from Fragbox on Nuke? A little bit more strategies?
Interesting question.
More confidence?
I don't really have that much of an answer to it. I have to say, confidence, absolutely. Even losing that first map won't really do any damage to their confidence at all. Quite on the opposite, actually. I do believe they feel more at home here. They feel like they can take the fight to Kings. They know they can beat them. And honestly, Kings, get ready. This is going to be a rough one.
On the other hand, though, I got to say, we saw it in the first map on Inferno, kind of at the end. Once they do get rolling, Kings, they roll over.
Well,
they come at you.
Exactly, and we did predict them to win, and with good reason. We know that if they actually find their drive, if they find their absolute potential, they're incredibly dangerous and incredibly difficult to play against. Many teams have lived through that before, and at this point I want to say a big shout out to Fragbox actually for realizing what's happening and having the state of mind to take that tactical pause. That almost helped them into overtime, which would have been a massive feat.
Yeah.
What was it? 15 to 10, 15 to 11?
10 it was, and then they took the timeout.
Right.
And after that, they, as you said,
that's quite a way to go.
Yeah.
And they won some very convincing rounds and made it almost equal once again. Unfortunately, though, it was Muricinho, if I do remember correctly.
Yeah.
Absolutely stomping on them in the last round. Brilliant retake from him. Basically, one-man army. And there we go with that. We do find ourselves on Nuke with a map advantage for Kings already. And now it is time for Fragbox to step it up and take it home.
We certainly do hope so. A draw at least would make the season very, very interesting already, as Kings would be kind of a little bit against the wall already, losing that game versus Fragbox. They still have Red Instinct ahead, and I'm pretty sure they do want to finish top 2.
Absolutely. And on the other hand, I do believe there are quite a few teams who would be quite happy with Kings already giving up one map in the first setup, basically, first day of play during league play. There we go. Made it there in the end.
Knife round is live. This time it's a little bit more close. Well, it looks like Kings will come out on top, and we will see if they now decide as well to start on the CT side. Would make a lot of sense, actually. Actually, no. They're confident. Oh, wow. I love it. Kings starting on the T side.
That is cool to see. Kings taking Fragbox head on. Let them play on the confident side and make them see what havoc Kings can wreak. Still, it is probably not a bad decision, really, for Kings to kind of test the waters on the T side. You can still give up a lot of rounds and still make it competitive in the end. Come back on the CT side once you found your groove, but instantly into A we go, and frags left, right and center, 3 of which go the way of Kings. DKH fights for his life from main, but still 2 to find, 3 to find, make that 2 now. After he's taken Regan out of the game, Mary Senior to fall as well, and Alex now last man standing. DKH finds him around the corner, there we go, shot in the head. And what a brilliant retake.
Yeah, well, honestly, that's kind of Kings messing it up, but
yes, absolutely.
DKH
But come on,
his shots.
Give DKH a bit of a
Well,
boost.
it was brilliant by him. It was
sick.
brilliant, but it wasn't really a retake. It was just him stumbling them.
Yes, of course. Still, need to hit your shots
Yes,
first, and
definitely.
that's exactly what he did. And obviously, you've alluded to it before. Yes, of course, Kings. There's absolutely no way you should lose this round. But there we go. They tried to fight him, weren't really all on the same page, and basically gave him a chance to clear one after the other. There you go, Regon, first frag.
Hero AK coming out, and it's already kind of paying off. Regon gets a lot of control actually for the T's on outside. As Alex finds Dog.
Oh, that was with a salvaged Mac 10, but Mission Red Virus bringing it back for Fragbox Gaming. Said and Regon now. Armed up, said already, has made his way into heaven. Almost whiffs his shot onto Red Virus there, but clears the side for his teammate.
Has just Mush left, and he's coming in from behind towards heaven. Do they expect something like this?
The bomb has not been picked up yet. It's still... Oh, Mush. How he wishes for an M4 there.
Ooh.
Deagle will do.
Beautiful shot though.
Deagle will do.
And he actually gets the kill against Regon as well. So 2 times we see actually the player from Fragbox Gaming just straight up clutching the round after a very nice move from Regon. Regon we see here in the replay. Still though, Mush too strong.
God, that Eagle shot's nice. That's good. And all it needed was one single bullet to take him down. There you go. We see on 14 HP, Regon sets it just to the right of his enemy. And ultimately, that was his demise. Fragbox Gaming going up 2-0 over Kings, and I do get a little déjà vu here.
Yeah, I do agree. Although Kings 2 times now, kind of losing a round where they really shouldn't lose. Oh, Dog with a beautiful first king, and Namex still able to hold Secret. Actually not, that's set. So they do have control over Secret. Moving back. But Dog did hear them probably, so the CT should be aware of what's happening.
Yeah, no one really ready to contest too aggressively to its outside. DKH sitting in the middle of it, basically, behind what was formerly known as CT Rep, because it was a red box. And listening to footsteps, Namex will come in, take one down. DKH, though, instantly traded as well. Reese can re-gun now, 2 versus 3. And have quite a lot of space to play with here.
I do agree, and they're taking it slow. Maybe just also thinking about saving those 2 weapons. Never mind, actually. Reese has a lot of space towards the A-bomb side. Let's see what he's up to. Doesn't find any players, so he's going for the plant. I guess that's the only thing he's gonna get.
Which basically gives them the chance to just rush him while planting. Obviously, they know exactly where he is. So easy pre-fire there. No surprises, Fragbox Gaming going up 3, but once again, pretty close round by Kings.
Yeah, and just the fact that those are so close rounds, we see it on the Kings side. They just buy every round. And Fragbox starts to struggle against that. Look at the money.
It is a very terrorist-favoring economy that we have currently in Counter-Strike. Do you reckon we will see a bit of a T-side economy nerf at some point coming through? Because as a CT, it is really, really rough to kind of get your economy rolling as it is right now.
Yeah, I don't think there was any nerf. Actually,
no,
there was.
I was asking whether we will see one in the future.
Oh, we will see one. I don't know.
Do you think it's necessary?
They buffed the Krieg, so we all know what Valve's up to.
Well, that was another one for sure. As we hear the bomb getting planted once again, and this time around it is looking pretty decently for Kings, as they have a man advantage, multiple men advantage. Indeed, it is only Dog left.
He's still in a fight with Alex there. And I guess he won't make it out if he's not killing him. So Alex making sure he actually traps him. So he's going down by the bomb. Nice work there by him. I imagine him now running away, and looks like Dog won't be able to make it. So nice trap there by Alex. Netting the first round for Kings. And we all know, or CS players and fans know, really, 4 rounds is enough on Nuke T side.
Usually it is, yes. Certainly to make it competitive. You can come back quite easily on the CT side.
That looks like our caster deck.
Yes, many knobs and dials and things to turn and have fun with.
Ooh, look at that. Namex trying to push in. Mush did push in as well. Everyone's pushing actually, and Kings are just shutting it down. And gets their second round. Obviously against kind of an eco, and Fragbox will need another eco actually. So yeah, actually it turned out to be great for Kings to just force down each and every round, and
yeah,
really
that's a problem, right? If you keep it close for an extended period of time, you only need to basically win one single round to completely destroy your opponent's economy if you are playing on the T side. Good frag from Namex, makes it 2. That's a good start to a round.
Red
Virus
as well.
coming in with one. And just like that, Merisinio and Risk. Most likely not very comfortable right now. Mush, sneaky position, tries to hide himself as far away from the corner as possible. Here's the flash coming through, lets them pass. Should get a dink here. Please finds one. Can't quite finish the job, but that's a lot of damage done. Merisinio, last man standing, 3 HP. He kind of needs a miracle.
Yeah, he does, especially with 2 players already ready for him to make any move. Namex in the end gets the kill and the 4th round for Fragbox. Beautiful eco.
Once again, the Deagles prevail. 6 frags there from on the outside from Namex, I believe it was, to open it up. Kind of pushing Kings into disarray, which obviously in the end led to Fragbox Gaming stealing the round away, as they are once again ready with rifles. Regon trying to get a glimpse of a defending CT, no one really giving him any chance to pull the trigger.
Slow play this time by Kings. Regon gets the first kill. Slowly making his way outside. Tries to wallbang someone.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. DK is just overextending a little bit to its garage. Don't really think you gain a lot by peeking so late into yard. You kind of expect someone to hold that angle. It's a very risky play to go for, and obviously going down a man on the CT side of the nuke can be dangerous, but Namex with a spot of luck will find a bomb sitting in lobby. Not a care in the world, but the trade is coming through. Mush now tries to get ready, takes down Risk. In the meantime though, all his teammates have lost their lives. Last man standing, 1v3. No real chance to cover that bomb. Tries anyway, but will fail in doing so. Merisinio cleans him up, and that's going to be Kings moving up to 3. And if we do see once again such an even scoreline all throughout the first half, that wouldn't really bode well for Fragbox.
Yeah, I agree. That's even worse than on Inferno, because Nuke is so CT-sided that, as we said, like 4 rounds is absolutely enough if you're a decent team, obviously, on the CT side. Oh, the train's coming in. Merisinio and Risk getting the first 2 kills. LX just continues and rambles around. Just 2 players left. Red Virus just gets the door shut in front of his face. Still gets a kill, but shouldn't be able to reach much more than that.
Namex, interestingly, wins the fight against Regon. Not with his shotgun, which he had equipped, but rather with his secondary, with his Deagle. Now Red Virus, last man standing, walks into Alex.
We're on a 4-4. Economy looking bad for Fragbox, so they will head into another eco round. And yeah, now it's starting to hurt, really, for Fragbox. Like, every round you lose from here on,
yeah, it's going to be a challenge.
Lose.
Yeah. And in kind of playing that mindset, having to start with an eco, basically defending against the terrorists moving up to 5, that's not fun.
Yeah, and we start off with Risk just going absolutely ham again. Merisinio gets one as well. Regon with a beautiful Deagle shot. And just like that, it's just Namex left, trying to find anything towards ramps, but might just be too late to the party. Ooh, that was close. Now they know where he is. Managed to get 1 kill, but you can see it on the screen. Ooh, actually gets tagged by the op. There we go. Finally falls. 5-4 Kings in the lead now. Yeah, looking at those very close 2 first rounds, this could very well be something like 7-2. So
Yeah, you're right.
I'm impressed by Kings right now.
Very dominant showing here on Nuke. And quite frankly, we are starting to get to that point again where I feel like we do see Kings kind of feel confident and in the zone.
I agree.
And if Fragbox Gaming can't stop them right now.
Trades falling left and right in the end. Fragbox comes out ahead, but one player is known. Risk finds the kill. Brings it back. 3 versus 3, and we continue in that fashion. 1v1 now. Namex knows where the last player is. Risk is so low on HP. What will he do? He needs the bomb, or he's just going for the kill.
I love situations like that on Nuke. You got so much space to walk around, to move around. But it'll be Namex, pops up behind him in the end from Secret, takes him out. It's a bit unfortunate. Good spray down him.
Yeah.
It is a bit unfortunate, but of course Fragbox Gaming, that's exactly what they needed. They needed that round win to stop King's advance.
On the other hand, though, Kings do have the chance to completely break Fragbox economy system once again now. Not gonna happen if they just lose 3 players nearly instantly, but Marisonio is still alive and he's been a monster so far. Lagging a little bit.
Will join up with his teammate who just now planted the bomb down on the lower bomb side after 2. Obviously stacked right on top of each other. 2 players still on A. And that drop into vent, of course. Bit of a risky one. Regan shows us why.
Beautiful display by him here, getting 3 kills in the end and winning such an important round for Kings. And as we just said, Fragbox with another very bad situation money-wise. And yeah, 6 rounds already for Kings.
6 rounds and still a possibility to make it quite a few more. 4 to be exact would be kind of the best case scenario. Dog has something against that, obviously.
Ooh, and what a kill there. Was probably with the scout, a headshot from Mush against Rigon. And just 3 players left, so Risk finally finds something for Kings.
They've messed up that situation once again, once already, Kings. Now this time around, they will group up, move together, move carefully, clear the low bomb site, get the bomb down, and take it from there. Don't walk into Deagles. Don't give Mush any chance of getting any more frags, and you should be fine.
The bomb is planted, and obviously the retake situation is gonna be very hard with 2 Deagles and the scout. Dog probably needs to do something. And the positions of the T's are pretty well set, and Marisinho gets the kills. Now it's just Risk and Zed left. No chance for Mush there. And the 7th round for Kings. As well as, once again, you said it already, they spend quite a lot actually on their eco rounds, Fragbox.
Yeah. They do. They want to still have a fighting chance in their eco rounds, right? And I can't really fault them for that. It is viable. They've showed us before. And if you hit those shots, you obviously look like a genius. But it comes at a cost, and the cost is you will be playing less buy rounds overall. And in a situation like they are in right now, I feel like that's a big gamble.
I agree, but maybe that's what they needed, right? Imagine them winning the gambles, then they could have turned it around pretty harsh. So
Yes.
You can't really blame them.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's not hero there really. In the end, what you have to live with is the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And the scoreboard is not really looking too fine.
Nope.
It'll be 8 already, with that bomb certainly to blow up. And Fragbox Gaming, on their map pick, on the CT side, off nuke, sitting at a measly 5 rounds. Cheeky little frag there from Namex. That's gonna feel good. Won't survive, most likely. Alex heard him run up. Okay, never mind. Should probably save from the bomb up here, right?
Yeah, I guess so. No, actually not.
Well. Tough luck. Tough luck, Namex. Yeah, you gotta go higher.
That bomb just went through the basement and the roof and killed him.
Yeah, nasty little bomb. Good to know, don't save up there. Might look like a safe spot.
It's
Isn't.
not. It's really not. But on the other hand, really you're blowing up a nuke, so...
Yeah, probably not a safe area whatsoever.
Yeah,
like in
I
general.
agree. Why are we fighting here again?
You know, terrorists, they're not really rational people.
I agree.
Risk. Good first frag on Tonomics. Opens up the fragging yet again for Kings. Obviously doing his part in moving them closer to 9. Score-wise, they already won that first half. Which kind of makes me feel bad for Fragbox a little bit. They showed us so much promise during that first map.
Maybe
it feels a bit shallow now on Nuke.
Yeah, but maybe it's just like a psychological thing, being so close to actually take down Kings on their map pick, and then not doing it. Maybe that just put them down in a hole, and now they just can't seem to get back, as we see. Kings now moving out on the A bomb side.
That was last round.
That was last round. Yeah, Mush actually just has to save the op for last round. Never mind. Now go for it.
That was a close one.
Yeah. He does have a smoke, so maybe. Nope.
Yeah, you're not going to catch Regon off guard with that.
Yeah. Tough game for Fragbox, really. And with every round Kings gain, they gain more confidence. You bring them more in their zone, and it's just going to get harder and harder. So
Kings were sitting on 6 rounds when I said the most they could actually get out of this half was 10 rounds, and
yeah,
it kind of feels terrible to say, but Fragbox Gaming really haven't found a way to contest Kings whatsoever. Now a lobby push is apparently the way to go. Certainly looking promising as of right now.
But Risk and Regan are just too strong right now, as they do net 10 rounds in the first half on Nuke on the T side. So harsh game for Fragbox Gaming. They need a miracle.
I don't even know whether Miracle's going to do it now. Being down 10-5. Starting on the terrorist side, it is a tall order. It's a big task ahead of them. And what worries me the most is the fact that Kings are cruising. They are feeling absolutely no pressure whatsoever. They haven't felt any pressure for the last, I don't know. Well, beside that last round just now, it was at least 5 or 6 rounds where there was basically no enemy on the
being
server.
Very confident as well. Yeah, I agree. And we're live with the second half. Kings on the CT side. A pistol round would probably already net them the win. Let's see if they can actually do it. First few shots exchanged in the way of Fragbox, so good start.
Well, so far in the pistol round statistics, Fragbox are leading indeed 3-0. And still Kings just looking way better as of right now.
Do they have a kit though? If that bomb is going down.
I don't think so.
Oh, no cover there for Doc as Maricinho just gets the kill, and now it's a 3 versus 2. They peek once again and they don't actually find the kills. They do find a 1-for-1 trade, but DKH now all alone. He needs to do it again. He can't, and Zed wins the round for Kings. And we also have an update, by the way, from the second match of today, which already started at 9 o'clock. Prefu wins the first map against Sparks with 16-10.
That is pretty cool. That's very solid.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to think of these teams because I haven't really seen them playing much. But good way to go. Good way to start it off for them, at least in this season.
I do agree. And once this map is over, obviously, we'll see if we're able to jump into their second map.
I certainly hope so. And as it stands right now, there is a good chance that we might be actually done with this matchup right here in just a minute or two.
Probably. Good timing. Thank you, Kings.
Yeah.
Guess. So there we go. Second round. Obviously not that much money for Fragbox. On the other hand, we have Kings with really just nearly everything they actually need. We see a Farmas there and 3 players on the A-bomb side. Just waiting for the push. He's still waiting in lobby, obviously, trying to get really anything, and they do find something, and a Farmas as well, the trade comes in though. Now the push from A main comes in as well. What a deagle shot there. Beautiful headshot, and this might open up the A-bomb side. And looks like overlay just broke, so I didn't realize, but I guess Fragbox took the second round actually.
Yes, sure. Did they? Yes, they did.
They did.
Indeed. 11-6, we just seen it. So there might still be a little spark of hope and life left in them. Who knew?
Well, if they're gonna go ahead and just full on come back now and win the game, we're gonna look pretty stupid. So we're working on the overlay as for now. Bear with us as we're kind of blind right now. Still trying to give you all the information you need. We see an AK here, so just making his way around towards doors and the A-bomb side.
Yeah, Mr. AK guy.
Mr. AK guy.
Holding down lobby.
That's Regon. I know his knives.
Well, that one is.
That one is.
I've seen that Deagle before. I know that. I have no idea who it is. It's a cool Deagle skin though. Quite like that.
And while we're waiting for the overlay, Red Instinct won their second map as well against No Namers, 16-9. So a clear 2-0 win for them.
Yeah, solid.
Expected.
Pretty much expected.
Yeah.
I guess in German you would call it a Pflichtwin.
Yeah.
So there you go. Kind of everything going as planned for them. And Fragbox still trying to throw a spanner in the works of the King's machine.
Oh, there we go.
And we have an overlay back.
Retaking, and Alex getting one frag, gets the second one, a beautiful headshot, and with that, that's the round for Kings.
Alex is so nasty with that Eagle. It's
Yeah.
just, it's almost not fair anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Let's have a look at that again. Kings just retaking the Scion, then Alex happened, more or less.
Oh.
Especially like, we all know how it is. If you miss the first shot with the Deagle, you're like, damn. Especially on that range.
Yeah, damn, click that mouse one button.
Yeah.
But no, slight little adjustment, hits that head and takes home the round for Kings. Now at double the round wins of Fragbox Gaming, 12 to measly 6 rounds for Fragbox.
And we actually
Ooh.
just wow, got information about the other game that's running as well. Mind Sanity versus Flying Hirsch, and they do take the first game 16-4.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
what you would call a stomp.
Damn.
Yeah, Mind Sanity turning up today.
Yeah.
They mean business.
Meanwhile, Maricinho with the taps gets 2 kills and the 13th round for Kings.
I hate to say it, but we're only 3 rounds now away from Kings. Kinda showing Fragbox their place.
Yeah, probably.
Was it all a fluke? This is my big
No,
question to you.
I
Was
really
it
don't think
was
so.
it actually a fluke what
No.
we've seen on Inferno?
I don't
No?
think so. No.
Was it overconfidence on the second map then?
Maybe. Or maybe just like being let down because they lost the first map so close. Where like, we could have had them, and then you're just starting the second map being like, didn't work out, we played so well, how are we going to do this? And then obviously just Kings being in the zone, especially in the second map now.
Yeah, and they continue. Maricinho walking up to an unsuspecting dog and kicks him in the butt. Takes down his teammate in Namex as well. A situation like that makes me wonder, where is the communication in this team? His teammate was just shot in T-Red, and he must have known he was standing right next to him.
We do see the pause now, so maybe the pause is because of that. A lot of times I feel like if you feel like you don't have a chance anymore to actually win the map, you already kind of close it down in your mind, and you're just like, all right, let's just get this over with. You stop communicating, you stop paying attention also to your caller, and you just, kind of want to go through it.
True. And in all honesty, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily blame them. Of course, it's sad, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
And the pause is already over again, so probably not that much talk there on the side of Fragbox. Another eco, it will be their last for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, this Molotov was intended to block the smoke, but it wasn't quite on the right spot. Maricinho now has a cheeky little angle to actually watch besides that smoke. Namex gets the first kill though on Alex. But Regon is here to avenge him. Dog gets down. And Maricinho is here and ready. Risk as well. It's just DKH left. Doesn't find a kill against Zed, and with that we have 9 match and map points coming in for Kings.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's...
But we've seen teams choke this.
Yes, sure. I mean, you know, it's Counter-Strike. Everything's possible. And the game's over when a team reaches 16. So there you have it. Good start from Risk. Jugs that Molotov right behind you.
And Red Virus actually making his way on towards the A side, so a little bit of an advantage there, but then Regon comes in with a double kill. However, it's just Risk left now. Oh, and he's got a beautiful backstab. Does he know where the second player is? It looks like it.
No, he has no idea. He's down on B.
Ooh, okay, never mind.
Just dropped into vent. Mush, of course. Ready for that pick.
Oh,
not gonna find it though. It will be Risk in the end to finish it for Kings. Fuse obviously come through. Once again, another round where Fragbox kind of showed some signs of life there. In the end, didn't really change anything. It always was Kings to take it home.
Yeah. And they do so with pretty good fashion, especially on the second map. First map, a little bit closer. Fragbox nearly able to make an upset there. On the second map, however, Kings, as you said it, kind of showed Fragbox their place and win the first match of their Swisscom Heroleague journey in Season 4. And on the other hand, we have Fragbox going down for the first game. They're still a lot ahead, so they really shouldn't leave their heads hanging.
No, absolutely
Just continue. They had good showings, especially on the first map. Work on that one, work out the details, and then I guess they're on for a strong season.
I certainly hope so. Bit of a wake-up call for Kings as well.
Maybe,
you know,
yeah.
Going out of Inferno with a bit of a close call, for sure. Just to, as a little reminder, not to be caught sleeping, because that can go south very, very quickly.
I agree. And we're about to head into a short break before we see the second map of Sparks Esports versus Prifu. Prifu already won the first map, so we will be seeing the second map in some minutes. Until then, once again, go on Twitter, go on social media, Instagram, whatever you have. Use the hashtag ESLSwiss and let us know what you think of today's matches and results. And maybe if you're a little bit lucky, you will be shown on stream, which will be around right here actually, where we can read it and give some answers to you guys. So don't go away, we will be right back.
Hopeless when you think that you lost. Oh, I
Sorry.
will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, go, go. Let us heal and grow. You won't be alone. We're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life. We're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and clean my throat.
Das gute Gefühl, wenn du bereit bist. Schon bereit, immer noch bereit. Bereit. Bereit aufzustehen. Den Mut zusammenzunehmen und...
Fest daran zu glauben.
Weil heute ist dein Tag.
Mein erster Schultag.
Bereit, sich zu beweisen.
Ich kann das.
Bereit für den nächsten Schritt. Für neue Projekte. Und die Möglichkeiten der vernetzten Welt.
Darum reden wir mit unseren Kunden nicht einfach über Technik, sondern sagen ihnen, was sie davon haben.
Darum sind wir da oben.
Auch in einem Bergdörfli?
Mitten drinnen und auch da unten. Damit die Schweiz bereit ist. Damit Sie bereit sind. Bereit fürs Leben.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
There we go. We are back. Short break it was. Sparks versus Prefu coming up. Let's quickly have a look, actually, in a short second at the match table, as we've had Fragbox losing 0-2 against Kings. We already talked about that one, so let's talk about the next one. Prefu winning the first map against Sparks 16-10. Is that expected?
I don't know. Is it? I really can't tell.
It's hard.
I don't know the teams especially well, especially Prefu. I don't have many previous experience. I haven't really seen much of them. I know a couple of players on Sparks. Certainly no bad players, which obviously would mean Prefu is pretty loaded as well. And obviously they made it through the qualifiers, so they have been tested already. I know for a fact that a lot of fairly solid teams actually played that qualifier, and making it out on top of that is somewhat of a statement.
Yeah, I do agree, and the second map will be Dust 2 actually, and we already see it on the screen. Prefu is leading again 5-0 on the CT side, so let's hope Sparks has something to say against that actually. Yeah, so we can quickly already talk about the players, I guess. We have on the side of Prefu, we do have Sven, Nirmo, Ferox, Dao and Bonsai. I do know Ferox and Dao. I've heard of them. I've seen them on Twitter.
Yep.
On the other hand, on the Sparks, on the Sparks side, we actually have Dudi, Archon, Sherby, Anna, and Magix. And on that side, I personally do know Sherby, Magix, and Archon. Seen them, played with them.
I played against Duty.
Did you?
Yeah, it wasn't a fun experience. It's pretty solid. It is actually pretty solid.
So let's head into the map, I guess, yeah.
With that, into the action we go. Prevu leading over Sparks, 5-2-1. And we are witnessing a push through short from the Sparks players, right into the AWP of Ferox. Takes down 2. And a bomb just now made it onto the site. And even gets planted. 3 versus 2, make that a 3 versus 1, as Sherby loses Anna, his teammate. And sitting with an AWP on short, needs to hit that player. Ferox takes a lot of damage, but still alive. Sherby, 12 HP in the dream. Utility goes out, his Molotov has been extinguished, and he needs to peek right into the waiting Bonsai. So, nice try, fairly close, but no cigar in the end. It will be Prefu moving up to 6. And that was a bit of a Hail Mary push there from Sparks.
Yeah. Although, it started off pretty well. Later on, it went pretty bad, pretty fast after the plant. Ferox with a beautiful showing of his AWP skills there. And as a matter of fact, if I'm not wrong, he's actually a player from the canton of Valais. Valais.
Is he?
Yeah. So,
cool.
Yeah. Him playing the AWP like that, maybe Trader has a secret brother. Who knows? As we see Prefu just holding middle beautifully. Very defensive, but seems to work out. Losing only 1 player to 2. And still having all the control they do need.
Very much so, Sparks Esports. Obviously, ball is in their half. They need to re-aggress at some point, and moving back towards A long seems to be the call.
I love the fact Prefu is just like very, very solid. They're not pushing unnecessary, they're just waiting. They do have control over mid, they regained it, so they do know no one's mid right now, so both sides probably a little bit more aware. And now the push comes in for Sparks. Then with a beautiful position.
Yeah, hit her. But gets cleared by Duty. Nicely done, good awareness.
And now Ferox with the AWP. Does he make the Kukli style? Backs off, good call. 3 versus 3. And with Anna on long, this will be a very, very hard retake, actually.
Yeah, Ferox at some point needs to take the challenge. Takes care of Shubi first, though. Duty now has to take some aggression.
When Anna can't peek there, because the Ferox is ready. The AWP of Ferox is ready, and with that, a successful retake for Prefus, 7-1. Took their time, but in the end, it worked out. And
Absolutely, the Ferox delivering. And once again, fairly solid retake there by Prefu. Sparks, they had the situation, they had the positions to make that work. And not quite sure whether Anna actually whiffed a shot or two from pit. It felt like should have gotten at least one more kill. As a patch, no patch, a pause. There we go.
Imagine
English,
a patch coming
English
in right
is hard
now.
sometimes, you know.
Yeah, it really is.
So yeah, we do have a pause. What have we seen so far? Prefu moving up 7-1 over Sparks. They have won fairly convincingly the first map. Could we be in for basically playing a repetition of that one?
Not sure. Prefu looks strong, very strong though, but the rounds haven't been like, it wasn't a stomp in the rounds itself. It was kind of close, two players mostly surviving, so it's certainly not like Sparks getting absolutely shut down. So there's a chance.
Would you say Sparks is showing sparks of life from time to time?
Yes.
Good.
There's really nothing I can.
All right, there we go.
You know, I'm totally in for these jokes, and it's kind of hard for me not to laugh. So let's go back to the game.
Mission accomplished. There we go. Back into the action we go. Prefu still obviously with a convincing lead over Sparks. Sparks pressure to kind of find the weaknesses in the defense of a very solid and very strong Prefu so far. Sven with the advanced position on short takes information where he can get it. Not being presented with any, of course. While Sparks kind of chilling in front of A-Long. Not really contesting lower. Well, they did contest lower. That didn't go well for Duty. I didn't catch it. Do you reckon they actually boosted on short to get the frag on Duty? Kind of looks like that angle.
True, yeah. That was very early, so that might
and it
very
was
well be
Ferox
possible.
to actually take him down with the AWP, so
who knows?
Detective Kairos on the case. Nirmo.
Kind of a strange peak there by Nirmo, but it did work out.
Takes Archon out of the game, leaving once again only 3 Sparks players. With it all to do, push onto the A-bomb site. We'll find a short end for Magix. Shubi quickly to follow as well. Last man standing, Anna. Kind of tucked away. Good frag onto Nemo.
Ooh.
Certainly making a case for himself. AWP in hand. One player is known. Tries to flush him out with the AWP, but will be taken down by the player like a phoenix in the fire.
Yeah, and we do have another tweet from Maseshine. Good luck to Sparks Esports in their first match this evening in the Swisscom Hero League. Let's win this. And, well,
boys, do I have bad news for you.
Yeah. We are sorry.
There you go. You can't always have your way. Certainly not much going the way of Sparks Esports as of right now. Prefu kind of putting the hammer down. Obviously, game's not over yet. Sparks Esports, we still hope they can come back.
Yeah, but I feel like the big challenge is not really like if they were to lose this in quite of a big lead for Prefu. The big challenge will actually be for them to just hold their ground and just stay confident throughout the season.
Sure.
Because that was just a match. Just close it out, guys. Don't think about it. Let's head into the next one.
Yeah.
Very slow the approach actually now for Sparks.
And for once it is actually the B-bomb side.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Oh, Duty gets the entry. Very important. But Dao is here gets a double kill, and now it's only Anna left. And the USP reigns supreme as they head into a 9-1 lead. And Sparks might just go for another eco round. There we go.
An eco indeed it will be.
And an A-long push. They will be facing two players though. Ferox gets the first kill, important one. Sven doesn't find the second, but 3 players are pretty low, and there's Nirmo gets free. And with that, it's just Chubby left, lurking towards middle.
Those are the hardest.
Yeah. Killing
He's not
players.
even going for it.
Yeah, but killing players with their backs turned against you with the deagle. That's
Bad times, bad times.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I know some people
Me
can,
neither.
but must be some kind of dark magic.
Yeah, that's wizardry, definitely.
It is, and at least it feels like that sometimes.
Ooh, do you see what I see on
yes.
Chubby's hands?
Wait, what? Oh my god. Really? Really? Are we there? Are we there yet? Well, who knows? I mean, you know, maybe we'll bring him the good juju. Krieg on the field.
There we go.
Alright, there you go.
2 kills for Chubby.
Indeed, that was a quick one. Makes it work. And finally, Magic finds another frag as well. By the way, I didn't want to call him out, but he was hitting at 1 frag this whole time.
Who was?
Magic's.
Ooh,
On
okay.
Sparks. Yeah, rough times for him. But who knows? Maybe we do see a turnaround here. Round number 12 certainly went the way of Sparks Esports. And should they actually find their groove, come back into the game, make it 11-4, 10-5.
Still have the CT side ahead.
That is still doable.
I agree. Looks like they want to hit that B side again. But we do have 2 players for Prefu. Actually just waiting for them. But are they ready? That's the question. Second smoke coming in, and with that, I wonder if they just send 1 more player towards the B-bomb side, because they haven't heard any action on any side of the map. I'd love if Sven would just push double doors on A-long to gather this information. There comes the push on the B-bomb side. Bonsai gets 2, that's good. Also gets down the Molotov. Dao is here as well. 4 versus 2, a beautiful hold so far from the B-bomb side.
Oh, and the bomb has been dropped in front of the tunnel. That will burn important seconds. And Sven...
Oh, he needs to find the player on the box behind. He doesn't.
Deleted.
Absolutely gets shot down. Just Nirmo left. Finds 1, but doesn't find Anna. And that's kind of a thrown round by Prefu, I feel like.
Sven probably a little bit too hasty with the peak. Certainly wanted to check whether the bomb's still on the ground, but Sparks smartly on the pace there, already waiting for him and kind of clearing the bomb plant.
I think Ferox missed a shot or 2 as well there through the doors, which is actually a lot easier now to hit shots from the people running out of tunnels.
Certainly,
the doors have been switched around.
The switch of the doors absolutely makes the B-bomb site much more easy to retake, for sure. I still wouldn't call it easy.
No. Easier.
Easier.
Yeah.
Easier. Certainly easier, yeah. Into round number 14 we go, and Sparks Esports at least managed to pressure Prefu into an eco, which in theory should net them a 4th round. And if everything goes as planned, they should not be looking as bad as they were shaping up to be. Push through middle with the pistols. Archon is ready, clears them out, and with quite a lot of pressure alleviated in middle, and they will make their way exactly through there. Nemo tries to hit the timing. Needs to hurry up now, or he will be facing a player holding his angle. There he is, makes himself known. Will take down Anna. But still 3 players left to go, and obviously with very solid after plan positions, that should not really be doable. I don't think he was able to pick up a rifle. Finally does. AK it is. Lets them know as well.
Might just actually save it for the next round, just to have an AK on the CT side.
For sure. Still very valuable.
On the other hand, if you get 1 or 2 more frags, the money on Spark's side actually doesn't look that good, so...
Yeah, but Sparks really shouldn't be risking anything. AWP, 2 AKs. Comfortable buy going into the last round of the first half here on Dust 2.
And yeah, Sparks Esports really coming back from kind of rough start. Now getting 4 rounds. CT round ahead, still 1 round winnable on their T side. So it's not looking too bad anymore as they're heading their way back into the game.
Almost doable, almost.
I love the way they're just waiting now. Not taking any risks. Waiting for an error from the CT side.
Maybe even expecting kind of an aggression coming out from Prefu. But Prefu sitting very comfortably, somewhat far back. Now finally, Sven actually makes his way up towards double door. Support flash comes through. Not going to hit any timing whatsoever. The smokes are up. He can't see anything. The terrorist starts spamming through the smoke. Will he actually make it out of there? It would almost be a little miracle. But he does indeed make it around the corner into CT, into safety.
Yeah,
and the terrorist hightailed it out of there.
I love that move, just taking control of A-Long.
Oh, do you see what I
Led
say?
1 player in pit and then just move back.
Bonsai's coming their way though. Ooh! Okay then, Sherby.
Goodbye.
You did not anticipate that. Did he? What do you reckon?
Maybe.
No, he must have had a rifle, right? He had his Deagle out. That was just an insane click.
Probably.
Oh, that feels bad though. That
Now
feels
the
bad
move
for
back
Prefu.
to the A side. Still 2 players here for the CTs. Ferox gets smoked off. And Nirmo gets 1. That's an important one if they want to win this round. Magix gets another kill. 3 players now on the A-bomb side. And really, this should be the 5th round for Sparks if Sven doesn't go absolutely ham. Shuby gets the kill. 10-5 for Prefu heading into the second half. So, yeah, we've seen Sparks Esports coming back just a little bit, enough to actually make it kind of a bit more interesting. So maybe
it feels good.
They started to get rounds when they received the tweet. So let's see another tweet. Prefu absolutely dominating on the second map, loving it. By Predator.
Predator. Are they though? Are they absolutely dominating?
That's we should give out an award to the best Twitter username at the end of the season.
Yeah, we could do that. We could actually do that. We need tweets though for that.
Yeah. So
as we go into
let them
second
rain
half. Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on quickly. Might be over soon.
Yeah,
depends on whether or not Prefu actually will have their way here on map number 2 of their matchup against Sparks Esports. Into the pistol round we go. Pretty significant terrorist presence in tunnels. That's where they belong, in the tunnels, like rats.
That's political.
See?
All right. We see Nirmo, though, getting a lot of control on A, and that might actually pull a rotation out from the CTs. Yeah, we see 1 player leaving the B-bomb side. The Ts, however, they decide to get out middle. Anna gets 1. They saw 1 player already pushing in from A-long. Anna gets another one. Actually, Magix is the one to get it. And just like that, it's a complete shutdown. It's just Nirmo left, and I guess they know where he's around. Yeah, there we go. He gets one though.
That was a good deal against Shobi. Still 3 to find. Nermo. A lot of pressure. Should be so very helpful if he somehow manages to pull it off. Bomb in a kind of unfortunate position though.
Yeah, I agree. Staying there, there's like 125 angles you can get shot from, so
at least
hard for him to really get anything. And with just 15 seconds left, I don't feel like there's any way for him to take anything. And there we go, Sparks Esports with their 6th round. And yeah,
keeping that comeback alive.
Yeah, given they take those 3 rounds from the pistol win, or with the pistol win, we might actually be in for a pretty interesting game, because then it would be 10 to 8. And who knows?
Yeah, bring it on. I'm all for it. Love me some close Counter-Strike maps. Interesting push up middle. Once again, going aggressive with
I love it though, because they can hear the
SMGs, and they have all the information they need already. Two players with their eyes pinned on long. There goes the first tag, most likely with the scout. There we go, Nermo down to 17 HP. That is definitely a scout. Hit, and Archon flying through long doors into the backs of the terrorists. Not really ready for that yet. Duty, good fight with the pistol.
There we go.
Won't get a single frag though. Unfortunate, his teammates were too quick. Sparks moving up to 7.
It is important though to note Prefu did get the bomb plant without investing anything at all. So they will go up with AKs now against a scout, against an MP9 and the FAMAS. So this could be the tipping point.
Could well be. Definitely a disadvantage in the hands of Sparks Esports. Scout still alive. Could have been upgraded.
I love that fast push. That was already out on A-long. They do already have control with just 2 flashes. CT's way back on A side.
Yeah, you kind of want to bait them into those close angle engagements, obviously to make, for example, that MP9 work. And indeed he does. Archon finds 1 frag.
Do they spot the player through the smoke though?
Trades are coming through. Terrorists on the bomb side. Bomb about to get planted. Ana, FAMAS in hand. Silver lining, it was kind of a bonus round for the CTs.
But then again, Archon has only $600 left in his bank, so this will probably be another deagle for him. So still an advantage for Prefu.
I wonder whether they actually go for the buy here.
Yeah, they might just. Well, Magix is pretty low, so no, they're not.
Equalizing rounds. Getting on the same page money-wise again. I like that decision. I like that very much. It would have been an immense disadvantage actually forcing into that. And losing the round obviously. Nermo, first frag. That'll be Archon. Second one will be Magix. 3 more to go. Duty has already taken quite a significant amount of damage. Good shot by Shobi. Nermo no slouch either. Returns to favor. Ana with a nice one. Crisp and clean. 2 players left to be taken care of. It was Duty and Ana. Later only Ana. Upgraded to an AK at least, so pretty dangerous.
Yeah, really the goal for him here is to do a little bit of damage. So the T's won't just run away with a lot of money. Gets 1.
And that was pretty quick. Doable. Yeah, that was pretty quick. A lot of time to play with still. Double setup though from short, and the bomb obviously planted for them. Flash about to come in. No, never mind. What is that? Was that a smoke?
I'm not sure.
Must have been a flash.
Does spot one player. Oh, please just go. He doesn't go for it, so this won't be possible. He gets one, doesn't find the second, and Ferox with a beautiful headshot through the smoke. Look at them, 13 and 15 HP.
How didn't he get it fragged there?
I guess he just switched spraying from left to right a little bit too soon. You know those situations where like, oh, he's dead, I'm gonna switch, and then he's not?
Yeah, I like to call them, oh damn, he's not dead actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know them very well. Happens to me all the time, obviously, because I'm trash at Counter-Strike. Sparks Esports still trying to make it a competitive Dust 2 game against Prefu here. Prefu leading still by 5 rounds. That is actually quite a significant advantage, of course. But so far, in round number 20, should be just about misses that shot.
We see a double orb.
Who made it down into the pit. Oh, obviously can't really face Shubi. Apparently I stand corrected, never mind. In the end, Shubi indeed will win that fight. Takes an easy one on Sven as well.
Finally, again, a man advantage at least for Sparks Esports. They definitely need to win this round now. Double orb setup paying off. And Shubi is still here and waiting. He has the bomb, he even has the bomb, so...
Yeah, I do believe that was actually Sven carrying it, peeking after his teammate in pit died. Should be nicely, he takes his time and should find the last one as well, indeed does so. Bonsai goes down. And once again we do see Anna having a bit of a problem there.
Yep. As Shubi nets a 4K. And with that, the 8th round for Sparks Esports. Getting closer, actually. Prefu now with the eco. Fast, long take. Tao manages to get out before the Molotov is actually down. Do they realize actually that happened?
Probably not. Usually you can actually get a man behind blue if you hit the timing well enough. Problem is, no, what do you do? What do you do in a pistol round with that advantage on a long? I mean, Sparks Esports, they can chill back. They can let you move all the way up, basically, onto the side, and they will still have the advantage there.
Shubi actually gets taken out by Dao with a Glock. Ferox gets another one. 3 versus 3.
Ooh, I don't like that.
There's no smoke, though. But look at Dao. He's just moving back with the bomb. And the question now is, how long does it take Sparks Esports until they realize what's happening?
Yeah, Duty still has a lot of information, right? He knows, he hasn't heard anyone move through A for quite a long time. Anna holding down that cross. And in about 5 seconds, they should start worrying about the B-bomb side, and that's exactly what they do. You see the first player move into the side, covering tunnels, and they should be ready to take Dao and Bonsai out of the game. Good timing hit there by Dao to move up into the side, but with an orb covering from doors and the player already inside, it's going to be a tall order. Not going to work out. Sparks holding strong there, moving up to 9.
And Prefu now, maybe getting a little bit nervous. In the end, it's just a 3-round lead now, and it looks like that tweet really helped out Sparks Esports.
Well, the tweet about Prefu absolutely dominating.
No, the other one, the first
yes,
one, obviously.
Of course, of course. Either way, once again, Byron coming through from Prefu. So far, not really successful in finding any weaknesses in Sparks' defense. And a somewhat default defense it is. We do have one player pushed up in pit, covering a long, gathering information. 2 players basically holding a crossfire down into CT. 1 player on B and 1 player on A.
So yeah, they do decide to take a little bit more control of mid right now. The bomb makes its way towards the mid box. And yeah, look at Nirmo. He's still lurking around A long. Archon is ready though, and this battle will probably decide a lot, because if Nirmo was to find that frag, there's a lot open on the A-bomb side.
Yeah, Nirmo needs to be patient here. One frag has been found, and that is a brilliant second
Now he can
entry.
Now he can get in. Oh, Archon does spot him. But he's losing so much time hunting this player. Actually won't even find him. Nirmo gets the kill in middle, gets a second one. That's beautifully played. And with it, it's just Anna left. Probably just trying to save that up.
Yeah, that was cool. Nirmo definitely realized quickly enough that Archon didn't have any business anyway to fight A side at this point, losing both his teammates. So logically, only way he will go is to push into double doors, and running away from him, always a valid tactic. I used to do it all the time.
You still do it?
Of course. I'm not big sucker for confrontation, you know.
Do you think that might be the reason you're not playing but casting? We have another tweet from
Yeah,
Mando,
probably.
Actually. Ferox carrying Prefo on Dust against Sparks. Let's go win at Prefo CSGO. Hashtag ESL Swiss. And look at that. We even have emojis like the fire here.
Sick.
That's fire.
That's hot.
That's hot. As is the studio.
Is it? Didn't
And
realize.
You didn't?
Nah.
Well, maybe it's you then being hot and me just
no.
sweating because of it.
Don't you dare.
I actually had a
Nice
good
one,
joke,
though.
but I think I can't do it. So
Well, you see, now you've actually kind of ruined it by telling you
know.
have a try. It's not going to be funny anymore.
no, it wasn't that part. It was another one.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll find out at some point.
Maybe.
As of right now, Sparks though still looking pretty strong. Having lost that last round. Was it last round? I think it was, right? Yeah.
They are in a lead right now, even though CTs have a lot of control over mid now. The B push is coming in. Anna gets Dao with his up. Duty gets a kill as well, and Narcon gets the third. And with that, we're double digits on the side of Sparks Esports as well.
Yeah, cool team ace to make it one step closer. And Prefu
Going for another eco.
struggling still.
Yeah. Actually looking at the money of Sven, for example, just 1.5k. Might even go for a second after this one if they are not able to plant the bomb. Magix gets one, gets the second one as well. Dao the only one to really fight back, and just like that, it's 11-13.
Pretty neat shut down there. Let's take a quick look. I was actually wondering, let's see. Anna, Shobi, Duty, Archon. Yeah, it's actually still Magix, the only one kind of lagging behind in the fracking department for Sparks Esports. They have caught themselves quite nicely, though.
I do agree. One beautiful boost there. They do find 2 players. Managed to find 4 actually. Shobi with another 4k.
Good setups.
Keeping the dream alive of the comeback. Look at that. P250s, man. Very good.
Straight up a wall. There's just no getting through them right now.
And just 1 round away, Sparks now. So, yeah.
Is it time to believe? I do think so. Sparks, absolutely, they've shown us it is completely possible. And as of right now, Prefu kind of has that slight slight hesitation to them. They try to take map control, but they don't really do it convincingly. Dao once again goes for a somewhat unnecessary peek without a flashbang. It's just not really driven by a purpose. I'd like to say. Yeah. It's not. You don't really see the intention behind it.
Yeah, there seems to be no real game plan right now on the side of Prefu. Sure, they do get some control. Sure, they have stuff like putting one player into pit and moving back, but after that, it just looks like no one really knows
where's the follow
what he's actually supposed to do.
You have a beginning, but you're lacking a mid part and a finish.
Yeah.
Well, you don't really get to the finish part ever, so difficult to tell. Duty, once again, good position. Should have gotten 2. Will get traded by Nerma though. Quick shot with the AWP. One entry on the B-bomb site is not going to be enough. Archon, I'm pretty sure he spots the player, jump through the smoke like a madman. Now Magix.
This is actually
There's his chance.
Never mind.
Good frag, good shot.
And we're even. Who would have thought after it was down to 7-1 once?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Props to Sparks Esports. Never give up. Take round after round, and now you're back. You're facing a T side with crumbled money, and probably will be able to go up 14 to 13 actually.
Archon sees people flying out of a long. Instantly, obviously, loads of flashes being deployed towards this general direction. How was that not a kill? Should be with the tag on Dow. And once again, it is starting to get dicey here. Is it going to be an eco round that will cost Sparks?
Archon says no.
Not if Archon has anything to say about it. And what he says is, I'm going to get that 3k. Good frag, and Sparks Esports, just like that, they do move into the leading position over Prefu, 14 to 13, 2 rounds away from the map win.
And really, what do you do now if you're in Prefu's shoes? Looks like it's going to be a simple A-long take with one player towards the B-bomb site. Take not yet coming in.
I like that. Sparks Esports make sure they have their players in the positions they want. Deploying a lot of utility to get Anna up into the position where she's sitting currently. She what? Wait. Wasn't Anna? Oh yeah, okay, no. It was actually Archon to stay in pit.
Short take coming in. But
is Anna actually a guy or a girl? Do you know?
I don't know. I think it's a guy, but
it's a guy. Okay, cool. I wouldn't know.
I'd love to see a girl in the first division of Swisscom Heroleague.
That would be pretty dope. Not gonna lie.
Wreck all those boys.
That would be cool.
Sven goes down, and looks like it's a B take coming in, but Magix is still here. He still has the Molotov, and just 30 seconds to go, and it looks like Prefu just player after player running into a crossfire right now.
Yeah, Nermo, not much you can do. Really, getting out of tunnels, basically impossible. So many angles you're exposed to instantly, obviously. In the end, it'll be duty to finish the job, and there we go. One round, one single round.
The comeback dreams are actually coming alive as Sparks Esports head in 2 map points actually to finish the game with a draw. As another A-long take is coming in very fast. Now gets the first kill onto Archon. Shabby manages to back off, gets boosted onto the A side. There come the T's. Sven gets another kill. And now the CTs, they need to stay composed. Somehow get a frag. Duty nearly actually tags him quite low. But there comes the nade. And with that, maybe just a simple save for the AWP of Anna. No, Dao gets his 3rd kill in the round, and Prefu showing signs of not having finished on this map yet.
Yeah, and what a time to find some forte again. With the backs to the wall, they move up to 14.
Oh, beautiful.
Herox even with the first frag on Tiana. Shubi posted up.
Ooh, is there a flash coming in?
It's a tricky angle to clear as a terrorist. Will be denied visual though. And a spam even coming through it. He did well in deserting that position. Few nades there. I do believe it was nades to hit Archon and Shubi. Deep and short. Takes a good chunk out of them. And obviously Prefu. Mad advantage situation here. Taking it slow, showing some presence. Making some rotations. And Sven leads the charge up through long towards A.
Oh, beautiful
Instantly
shot.
gets taken down.
Archon brings it back into a 4v4.
Oh, Shubi didn't have his ult out. That would have been a sitter, but Archon still up for a fight. Not for long though. Now the terrorists, they have taken over short. Magic's on the flank, on the job. Not gonna happen though. Will we see in overtime?
Doody is now the player to lead the charge, gets the second beautiful shot, and that's a 1v1 versus Ferox. Ferox with the AK directly on site. Does he realize where he is? He doesn't, and Ferox gets the kill, and with it, we're heading into overtime on the first day of the Swisscom Heroleague Season 4.
Oh, that would have been a sick clutch though.
Yeah.
Feels
Imagine him just like quick scoping or no scoping the last player.
Just no scope him. Right away. That second shot was nice.
And then he could have renamed himself to DDS.
Yeah, okay, sure. Why not? You could do that even if you have no skill.
Or Doody with a 1 as an eye.
Sure, whatever. Anyway though, into overtime we go. And what a way to bring it back for Sparks. Of course, in the end, they couldn't finish it quite. But there's still a chance. There is still a chance to bring it home in the end. And quite honestly, so far on the T side, didn't really feel like there was much going on for Prefu.
Yeah, I do agree.
So they need to turn that around if they want to clear it. And go up, what is it, 2-0?
Yeah.
They did win the first map, right?
The first map was won by Prefu, so
exactly.
They definitely need to change the way they're playing their T side. It looked better in the end when they played much faster. It didn't really matter because the big difference wasn't them playing faster, but playing together. Because in a rush you go as 5.
Exactly. I felt like the early on trades kind of were the deciding factor. And certainly, if you kind of move together, you significantly raise your odds of getting ahead, basically.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm interested in seeing whether or not Sparks Esports, for example, they will change something on their CT defense. We've seen a couple of boosts on short. They've paid off. Not always, but at times. A lot of a long presence for Sparks Esports as well.
Yeah.
They like to take and contest long early on, place a player there, kind of focus the rest of the team elsewhere, and having that pressure kind of taken care of.
Yeah,
right?
I do agree. And that's really beautiful play. It looks like we've already started with the overtime, as Prefu already took the first round. And here we are.
Indeed.
Indeed, Prefu took the first round. And with that, maybe they gain a little bit of psychological disadvantage back after being up 10 rounds and not finishing it. But Shubi is like, he holds the door on A-Long. Like
yeah, and he's been tested quite a lot with that AWP.
Does get one. Didn't quite find a second player. Duty is very low actually on HP.
Yeah, I
Archon.
think he did go for a fight in middle there through the doors. Kind of had to be bailed out by his teammate. Archon was ready to support him. Nemo once again trying to put the pressure onto that all player over towards A in Sherby. Once again, lovely done. Takes his time, takes aim, takes him down, gets a second one, and he knows the last player was over towards long. I think he was tagged from him. It's Ferox. He's got an AWP as well.
Yeah, but against 4 players, this seems like it's impossible indeed. Anna gets the kill. We're back even 16 to 16. And once again, the double AWP setup on the side of Sparks coming in. And it has been working out, so let's see.
Very much so. Especially if Sherby gets players in front of his scope, right?
Yeah.
He's been absolutely on fire. 30 to 20 KD. Not only pulling his weight, but quite a bit more. This
And
time
once
though.
again, the AWP gets the entry.
Not from Sherby, but from Anna. Holding that crack through mid doors. And once again, Preview kind of slowed down to a point where you don't really see a clear idea of how to progress and what area to contest next. Try to go for a fake or go for some information play. Nermo peek into the B side. Nobody really exposes himself. As I say, that Archon hits the timing almost absolutely perfectly. 2-player now known over towards B. CT smoke goes down. It is all a fake though.
Oh, Anna gets another kill onto Nirmo through the door in middle, so that's a 4v3 now.
Black smoke is out, chest is up. They know they're coming A, and Magix as well as Sherby, they're ready.
Nice.
Slightly too telegraphed though. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just as you said it again. There seems to be like an early game plan which works out quite okay, but after that it's just more or less everyone for themselves. Which, but and the fact I don't quite understand is, yes, sure, play default until a certain point, and if you do not have any strategies, just execute on the side together.
Yeah.
Just like go towards A long, free towards short, go together and put some pressure on. We've seen Shabby countless times actually just able to hold A long, take one shot, reload, aim again, take a shot, and that's just like AWP players love that because they can just get frag after frag after frag.
Okay.
Oh, second map of My Insanity versus Flying Hirsch is actually done as well. And My Insanity,
much closer.
Yeah, much closer. My Insanity wins it 16 to 13 this time. So after winning 16 to 4, that's quite a bit closer.
Yeah, that's almost close.
Yeah.
You know, Flying Hirsch, good job bringing the fight to My Insanity. Of course, congratulations to My Insanity for a very good start into this season of the Swisscom Heroleague. Well done.
Maybe my prediction will be correct.
Yeah, who knows?
Them seeing in the final.
I guess we'll have to wait just a little bit longer to find that out. But we're still sitting in overtime between Prefu and Sparks Esports. As of right now, Sparks leading by 1 before we change sides. And we were talking about the AWPs. In general, they had a massive impact in this game. Obviously, you would expect that. After all, it is Dust 2. It is the Opus Paradise. Always have been, always will be.
Opus Paradise?
Now,
continue.
If Sherby keeps up his performance, of course, might actually be able to open up an avenue on the T side for his team actually to close it out.
The question, though, is can he continue to be that good if he actually doesn't like like right now he's been like very passive as an op player, just holding his angles, and the T side kind of switches that thing up. You need to be aggressive, you need to fight entries, you need to be fast, so I wonder if he's able to keep up with it on the T side as well. And it looks like the game is ready again for the second half of the first overtime, obviously. We might also see more than just one overtime.
True. And Sherby not on a knob, but a scope nonetheless. And once again, we do see the Creek in play. So far, it is Prefudo taking the lead. But Sparks Esports there with the trades, gets the second one completely blind.
Oh,
Not sure whether he was completely blind. Sherby. Alright, there we go. At least one frag. Buys his teammates a chance. 2v2. Magic's basically there, but finds the frag on Bonsai. What a clear off that. Very common angle, certainly, but first you need to hit that shot.
Yeah.
That was insane.
And with that, the bomb goes down. It's just Nirmo left. He does find the Creek, but will it still deliver as much firepower as it did before the patch? Looks like he will walk into an up towards A-Long, which is Magix, and Magix gets the 4K. Beautiful round by him. And with it, Sparks Esports on 18 rounds. Just 2 more, actually. No, just 1 more.
1 more.
Yeah.
1 more. 1 single round. We've been here before, you know.
Yeah.
Couldn't close it out in regulation. Maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to pull it off here in the first overtime. Sherby finally on the AWP. So is 2D, so is Ferox, so is Dao. Orbs all around for AWPs. Would you look at that? And still I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I agree. So the short push is coming in. 2 players, 1 player actually only just waiting on the A side. Well, not quite on the A side. 2 more towards A long. And Nirmo really is the one to hold it here for Prefo. Sparks, obviously. No, Prefo. As Anna gets the entry. 2 players still here. Ferox gets 1 back. Nirmo as well. And Ferox gets his second, and with that it's just Duty left. He knows where the players are, but hitting the shots, not quite possible.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Oof.
Nice try, but they were kind of peaked while having their utility out, their Molotovs. They were sort of en route to execute, and basically got peaked from everywhere. Shut down right then and there. Preview keeping the dream alive, and Magix. Good first frag. Far offers himself up.
Already a very early lead for Sparks. And a little bit of map control as they move 1 player towards the tunnels. 3 guys are out A-long. Looks like they are setting up for a smoke, and Anna's just holding the corner, so this one looks promising now. Archon is still towards the B bomb side.
Magix, they're 2 waiting. Needs to hit the timing. Does he feel the presence of Sven? Close bar, gets 2, and this is looking great for Sparks Esports. Huge solo performance there with the massive entries onto short. And just like that, Prefu is scrambling, trying to do everything that's humanly possible to keep the dream alive.
Ooh, and they actually find 2 kills. It's a 3 versus 2 now. Bonsai has a little bit of control. He finds another one. And is this really happening? As they find Magix as well, it's just Sherby left with his op. He's being a pivot right now for Sparks Esports. 1 versus 1. Op versus M4. And Sherby does it! Sparks Esports with the clutch of Sherby wins this map, and with it, they do get the draw. What a game in the end.
That was fantastic.
Cool.
That was really, really cool. What a performance by Sherby. He wanted to get at least that one map win, and well deserved. He finishes off with a very brilliant 1v2. Plays his advantage with the AWP from top of pit. So nicely done all around. Good, very, very, very cool comeback early on from Sparks Esports.
And yeah.
And well deserved.
Well deserved.
What can you say?
Yeah. Prevo not really knowing what they're doing really on the T sides. Maybe needs 1 or 2 more lessons on actually how to proceed after taking certain map control.
Yeah, they looked lost from time to time a bit. So with that being said, let's have a look at some highlights that we have from this very game that we just witnessed. Obviously, the weird whiff from Anna.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate.
Adding insult to injury there in the end with the Deagle frag. Sherby, I've said it before, I'll say it again, he had a monster performance here on Dust 2.
Yeah, you said it already. And here we go. That's what I meant. It's just like players running into the AWP 1 by 1, which obviously wasn't that good. And this one obviously pivotal for the win on this map as well. And then we have Doody nearly clutching it. Unfortunately, we didn't see the first 2 kills. And yeah, Magic's really turned up in the end.
Yeah, Magic's definitely turned things around, and it goes to show you how incredibly important it is not to kind of let yourself down and turn it around, bring it back, turn it in your favor, and in the end, with one single play, you can actually help very significantly decide the game, as he did with his push on short.
Yeah, in the last round. Making way for the clutch, actually. Without that, Sherby wouldn't even be in a position to actually be able to clutch it in the end. So
no way.
Well played there by him as well. And with that, I guess we're moving towards the end already of today.
Yeah, well, that was quick.
It really was.
Had a blast. That was cool.
Yeah.
Incredibly impressive start to our season here. Certainly, first map definitely delivered. Kings. What can you say? I mean,
it's Kings.
That was solid.
Yeah.
Very solid. Especially on Nuke. Kind of surprising. Didn't expect them to steamroll on that map.
Yeah.
And of course, I was absolutely looking forward to seeing these new 2 teams in action, Prefu and Sparks. Had a blast watching them. I do believe they have very good chances actually to perform well in this league, and certainly deserve the spot here.
Yeah. And looking at the match results, we might have been wrong, but looks like Spark actually won 2-0, so maybe I picked up the first results in the wrong way. Anyways,
well, that changes things.
If that's the case, then congratulations to Sparks Esports. Well deserved.
Bloody hell. Yeah, definitely.
Winning the first one
cool.
16-10 then, and then
so they won
that comeback.
16-10, not
apparently.
Preview. Wow.
Nice.
Solid. Very, very
Off
solid.
to a very good start.
Rings a little bit sad though for Preview.
Yeah.
It felt, especially the second match that we've just witnessed, could have gone their way as well.
I agree.
So not necessarily a very reliable source of information if you just go from the scoreboard in the end. Definitely close. Could have been 1-1 either way. But yeah.
Congratulations to both teams then for their wins tonight. And with it, I'm not sure if we're already allowed to finish it up. But before we do that, obviously, once again, a big thank you to our sponsors, Swisscom and ESL Swiss. And so the thing is, without them, we would be able to actually sit here and talk
Yeah.
a lot of nonsense, a lot of CSGO as well. So big thank
From
you
time
to
to
them.
time.
Maybe
Big
real
shout out.
quick to
Yep.
shout out to the sponsors.
Yeah, to the sponsors.
Yeah. And actually the other big part, except for the sponsors, are, and they say this times and times again, the whole crew inside here working tirelessly to bring you this stream. So thank you to the whole crew as well, obviously, for doing awesome work.
You just dabbed.
He just dabbed. It's the crew dabbed, so thank you for that as well. And yeah, make sure to check out twitter.com/ESLSwiss for all the latest results, not only in CSGO, but also Clash Royale and coming up League of Legends as well.
Yeah.
We will be back tomorrow, I think, with our Romandie people. No, actually, next week. It will be next week.
It's
the
next week,
Romandie
yeah.
people. Yeah, we will be back next week with 4 matches. Once with us and once with Spirits. And I don't know the second name.
What?
Spirits and
John.
And John, obviously. I'm sorry, John. If you watch this, I'm really sorry. So yeah.
Wow.
With that, we wish you a nice week, a nice evening. Stay healthy, stay safe. Goodbye.
Came from the darkest regions, wrapped in a cloak of light. Minus the focus heights, I'm trying to get my opens right. Throw my doubts aside, I climb the mountainside. And when I reach the peak, the view I see will not be fly. Feel the pressure, but it's relative to the man I measured. No time for hesitation, finally time to step up. And when you're feeling deep in your bones and your soul, you're fed up. You're close to the glass ceiling, keep your head up. See your dreams as a goal, that's how I'm seeing mine. Achieve my full potential, let all of the demons prima shine.
Das gute Gefühl, wenn du bereit bist. Schon bereit, immer noch bereit. Bereit. Bereit aufzustehen. Den Mut zusammenzunehmen und...
Fest daran zu glauben.
Weil heute ist dein Tag.
Mein erster Schultag.
Bereit, sich zu beweisen.
Ich kann das.
Bereit für den nächsten Schritt. Für neue Projekte. Und die Möglichkeiten von der vernetzten Welt.
Darum reden wir mit unseren Kunden nicht einfach über Technik, sondern sagen ihnen, was sie davon haben.
Darum sind wir da oben.
Auch in einem Bergdörfli?
Mitten drinnen und auch da unten. Damit die Schweiz bereit ist. Damit Sie bereit sind. Bereit fürs Leben.
La sensation d'être prêt. Déjà prêt, toujours prêt. Prêt? Prêt à se lever, à prendre Apprendre son courage à deux mains et...
Croire dur comme fer.
Aujourd'hui, c'est ton jour.
Mon premier jour d'école.
Prêt à relever le défi.
Ça, j'arrive.
Prêt pour la prochaine étape. Pour de nouveaux projets et pour les possibilités d'un monde connecté.
C'est pour ça qu'avec nos clients, on ne parle pas que de technique. On leur dit aussi ce qu'elle leur apporte.
Parce que nous sommes là-haut,
Jusqu'aux villages les plus reculés,
à tous les niveaux et tout en bas, pour que la Suisse soit prête. Pour que vous soyez prêts. Prêts pour la vie.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.